build it up to be the biggest game of their career, then they can build it if that's going to get the performance out of them. If they need to just see it as another game, they can see it as another game. I feel like we're all experienced enough and we have enough know-how within that dressing room to see it how we need to see it to make sure that we're ready and ready to go and do what we need to do. 4 wins in 16. Can you explain the drop-off? I feel like 99% of teams in the Championship will do that. I feel like Southampton did that at the start of the season, and their good runs just come at the different times. So I feel like, yeah, it's not one of them things explaining. There's going to be stickier periods in the season. There's going to be periods where everything you touch turns to gold, and there's going to be goals, and there's going to win every game. So I feel like it's just about navigating them. I feel like there's reasons in each individual game that we could look at, and we have broke down, and we know what we've done wrong. There's some bad luck, there's some bad performances, and these things, and then all of a sudden you run a run like you are. But it's one of them. It's the last game of the season to get to where we need to get to. So the form could go that way. It's just 90 minutes at the end of the day.
And it could come down to goal difference. And the video was doing the rounds. Lots of people talking about what Carl Joseph did right at the end. Did he epitomise what's going to be needed in this final game?
Yeah, I think I just epitomise his cage here, really. I feel like that's how he's been all season, that's how he is as a person, as a player. And, you know, I actually thought it was a penalty, so I was appealing for a penalty, and then the next minute Cage is, you know, clearing the line off our own box, and like you say, the video is quite incredible and shows what he is as a person, but it could be massive. Hopefully it is.
Would you want to know what's happening elsewhere?
I want to know. I think it's one of them. I don't think I've been in positions like this before where the fans will tell you either way. So I don't think there's going to be a way where it's not going to be. So listen, we just need to concentrate on what we do, and hopefully that'll be enough to be where it is. You know.
What would your final message be to those fans?
The fact that they'll just be there, just be for us. You know, we're gonna do everything we can to get where we all want to be. You know, I know the chairman speaks about one goal, one family, one goal, and it really is that we all want to be in the same position. You know, we don't want to be letting them down. We don't want to be not winning games. We want to win in every game. Of course we do. We're going to do everything we can to make sure we get to where we've always said that we wanted to do in that dressing room, and more recently obviously spoke about it a bit more publicly, but we worked so hard this season and we don't want it to go in vain. So be with us and we'll give you something to shout about.
Just how important could he be, and just how much would the fans of Hull City be desperate to see a couple of goals from Ollie McBurney this afternoon? Well, mentioning the fans, in the last few minutes, Mike White's been gauging the feelings amongst some of the supporters here in the West End Upper at the MKM Stadium ahead of kickoff.
Steve, long-time City fan, you've sat for years in front of us here in the West End Upper. How are you feeling today? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I think it's a really interesting day. There's so many permutations across the top 7 of the division. I think it's really interesting. I think from City's perspective, in some ways, I think they start favourites to get the 6th spots. But there's going to be twists and turns all afternoon, and it wouldn't surprise me if we're 3 points clear at some point in the afternoon, maybe 3 points behind at some stage. It'll just all be one of those afternoons. So lots to look forward to. You don't actually get to live through a lot of this type of afternoon when we're at sort of the heart of it, so really looking forward to it.
Do you have a question? Will they do it?
I think they probably will do, but you're relying on lots of things happening in lots of matches which we're not privy to. So the key, of course, it rather goes without saying, City do their job and then let events take place elsewhere, and we'll see where we are at the end of the day.
Alan, are you confident that City can get the job done today and hope everything else goes in your way?
Yeah, completely confident. That's why we're here. We made a big journey today up the Tigers.
What journey have you made?
We came from Hawes in North Yorkshire, but Tom come from Edinburgh.
Wow, Tom doesn't want to talk, he's looking. So.
Sarah did.
Alright, okay, so there's definitely been some journeys made. What gives you the confidence?
Well, our form has been so bad just lately. We've got to turn it around at some point. Today's got to be the day, surely. Full house, sunshine, bring it on.
It's in the team news when he made 3 changes. What do you make of it?
I think that's the best team that we could have got for, in my opinion. I think it's perfect. Attacking, let's have it.
Are they going to do it, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
We like that kind of confidence. Let's hope you're right. Sam, how are you feeling?
I'm very nervous.
Are you?
Yeah, it's just hit me. Just as the predictions have gone out, I've got very nervous.
So you heard some of those predictions there as people were talking. Went down there, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I'm confident but I'm nervous at the same time.
gentleman alongside you?
Yeah, Chris. Before I went to sleep last night, 3-0 came in my head, so I'm going with that. 3-0. Believe me, I think it's going to come good today. So yeah, it's going to go. But I'm very nervous.
You're nervous as well?
Yeah.
But think about 12 months ago, the position that this side were in. However this pans out, can you appreciate and enjoy what's happened this season?
Yeah, we were at Portsmouth and we enjoyed it, and of course everybody put us down for relegation. So yeah, it's been a great season, but just the last few matches, hasn't it? We just faded away a little bit. So today's the day we put things right.
Rob, Mandy, Sam and Matt, let's go through. You've got smiles on your face, that suggests confidence. Is it confidence? How are you feeling?
I think so today. I think we'll get a result. I think it's going to be close, but I think it'll be 1-0.
Right, that's tight, so then you need to hope that Wrexham don't win if it's 1-0 then.
Not concentrating on Wrexham.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Oh, good. Shut that one out.
Yeah.
As long as we get a win, as long as we get a win, that's all we can do, isn't it? So hopefully the rest will go for us. Wait and see.
What's it been like being a City fan this season compared to how everyone was feeling 12 months ago around about now?
Well, 12 months ago we stayed up on goal difference, didn't we? And at the moment we're just below the playoffs on goal difference. So it's a different kind of feeling, but it's similar in a way.
There's a narrative there around that goal difference, isn't there? A lot of people are thinking that right now.
I think we just got to get one more goal or 2 more goals in Wrexham, and then it's happy days, even if we both win.
Someone's thinking about Wrexham, you see. We'll finish with you. What about the team news? 3 changes. Hughes comes in, Slater and Balooby as well. Has he got it right?
I think so, yeah. I think it's a good team selection. It's just a team about there. Tazio being out. So, again, he's going to be out for people next season. But yeah, I'm quite happy and hopefully we win. We've been nervous, but I think we'll just cross the line.
Let's keep our fingers crossed. Can we get a big up the Tigers to finish with?
Some of the fans here in the West End Up are talking to Mike White during that box, but Mike, you spotted something from the warm-up?
Yeah, Matt Crooks was down and getting some treatment from the medical staff, the physio, and everyone was down there. He's just looked as though he was moving a little bit awkwardly at first, tried to jog off, and then went down the tunnel, but so did the rest of the squad with, just over 10 minutes remaining to the game. So no word or anything, couldn't really see, there was sort of people around him, so couldn't see what they were working on. Hopefully he does come out. If he does, it's his 50th appearance for the Tigers this afternoon as well, but that's just one to keep an eye on. We'll see if we get word as to what's happening regarding Matt Crooks.
And that 1 to 11, I appreciate they don't use 1 to 11 now, Swanee, but that 1 to 11 will be so significant today and have important bearings on the game. But Matt Crooks particularly could have a big say on this game.
Yeah, it would. Like I said, seeing him with Slater and then Gellert just playing in front of him, that's the excitement. That's what probably the fans have been wanting to see. We've had probably more, like I say, when we look dangerous, they're the ones that can probably start it. They're the ones that can protect the back four, go forward, like I say, go beyond the strikers, because we've both got, like I say, energy. I know Slater's a lot quicker, but Crooks does get around the field, so it would be a massive risk. I did see him down for a while. I don't know what was wrong, but the good thing was he did shock off.
He did, and he touched the pitch maybe for superstitious reasons as well. We hope that he makes it out in 10 minutes' time. So, 10 minutes to go to kick off, and head coach Sergei Kirovich is watching the game from the stands here at the MKM Stadium today after his touchline ban for the red card he received at Leicester last Tuesday. And as Mike mentioned at the start of the programme, he can't take part in the final lap of appreciation at the end of the game either, due to EFL rules. Now, the City boss accepted the charge and was given a fine too. I asked him if and how that changes his perspective on this afternoon's match.
A lot will change, because I will see everything, and I will manage from upstairs. And also we had this situation last year against Leicester, when Marco and Dino took charge, and everything was perfectly won the game. We played very good game, and the most important that I can have a meeting and I can be in halftime in dressing room. This is most important. But from upstairs I see more than when I'm in front dugout. And maybe my team will play better. You never know. maybe they will surprise me and play much better than we performed till now.
What it does mean is that you can have a phone with you. You can keep an eye on the scores as well. You can potentially look at the Wrexham game. You can look at the Derby game as well. Will you be doing that?
It will be very important that we're tracking all these results because God knows what will happen. God knows what will happen. Maybe you can reach playoffs at 5 points. You never know. You never know. So we have to be ready for everything, and also that we have a plan B, plan C if we need something else.
And given the backdrop to this season, given what you walked into when you became Hull City head coach, how much would you have given this scenario at the end of your first season in charge of Hull City to be a victory, a point or two off the playoffs? How much has this scenario surprised you even?
I never gave this scenario. Never. Because our first target was to be top 10 and be, I don't know, that we have stability, that we have normal season. No, I was thinking we would be somewhere between 10 and 15 place. Because when you see now Southampton, Norwich, they are playing very good. Birmingham start to play good. So, it's a very long season. It's not easy to bring this home, but we are there and we will do everything to do our job. We have to win the game. It will be not easy, of course, because we are facing a very good team. But we are playing home, full stadium. We have to show good performance and try to do everything to win the game. This is first plan, and then we will see if it will be enough or not.
On that point of a full stadium, it's a sellout. How can the fans spur you on? It's a big crowds and potentially a big noise. How will that help your players this weekend?
Thanks to the fans, they are big support all this season. I don't have any problems with our fans. Fans are fantastic. And I think it will be same like against Derby, like against, I remember Chelsea at home. They were very, very loud. And no matter what happened on the pitch, they must stay with the team. They must support us, push us forward, and everything will be good in the end.
The positive words of head coach Sergei Yakirovich. We hope that isn't his final pre-match interview of the 2025-26 season. I think they might have turned up the public address system here at the MKM Stadium a little bit. I was listening to it being tested before we started, and it was louder than usual. Around me, the stadium is packed. It's a sellout here at the MKM Stadium, and we're 5 minutes from kickoff.
Hello, it's Jericho Hughes here from BBC Radio Humberside, introducing show, the home of the best new tunes from East Yorkshire and Northern Lincolnshire coming at you. Now this week we've got G Sonnet in session. Session and more from our incredible scene, week in, week out, 8 PM, BBC Radio Humberside.
Every game live, BBC Radio Humberside Sports.
Well, Hull City fans have been here before in the last 20 years. Will this afternoon live up to the spirit of Windus and Modiame for big headline stories? We're about to find out. Commentary on the way of a game which on paper sounds relatively innocuous. Hull City against Norwich City, but the permutations are far more significant than that. We'll bring you all of the twists and the turns between now and full-time here at the MKM Stadium. It's commentary on all frequencies of Hull City against Norwich, and your commentary team is former record signing Peter Swan and Mike White.
Well, maybe you'd want to be in the position of, say, a Coventry or an Ipswich. Certainly 12 months ago, City were closer to being the likes of Sheffield Wednesday, Leicester and Oxford. 12 months on, though, and these are still the kinds of days, the situations, the moments that you live for as a football fan. It's why sport creates so much passion, so much anxiety at times, but it creates an undying love for your team, your football club. That means you'll go through the ringer, you'll have highs, highs, you'll have lows, and this football club in Hull City have had plenty of those along the way, but it's been 10 years since they were last in the playoffs in the Championship. We all know how it went. James mentioned it there. And Bowman from the Army at Wembley that year to take them back into the Premier League for what would be the last time. Maybe that can change. They've still got some work to do. There's still a few permutations, a few calculations. There'll be a bit of perspiration out there. Hopefully plenty of blood, sweat and tears from the Tigers players for 90 minutes of football. We said it 12 months ago, it was 90 minutes of football to keep their championship status. 12 months on, and Sergei Yakirovich has led this Hull City side who emerged on the pitch here at the MKM Stadium to face Norwich. He's led them to the brink of perhaps something special. It faltered a little bit in recent weeks, including last week at Charlton as they dropped out of the playoff places. But level on points with Wrexham, who occupy that 6th place, and there is still a big opportunity for the Tigers to make this a truly special season. How are you feeling, City fans? We will take you through all the ups and downs, the moments in the game, the chances, the big decisions. As always here on BBC Radio Humberside, Humberside Sport Live. And as always, alongside me to help bring it to you and paint those pictures and describe the action, as Lisa said, contractually obliged, former record signing, Peter Swan. Swanee, as you and I know him, how are you feeling, Nicola?
Excited more than anything. I think the bigger picture of where we've come from at the start of the season to where we are when we took this all year long. The atmosphere is going to be buzzing, the players will be up for it, the team that's selected looks good enough to go in any game. Yeah, I think that Norwich is not to play for, but there they are, the teams to play for, because they're relaxed and you see different players. So they're hoping to get on top early, and then that's it. Quiet and Norwich down, so they're thinking, yeah, it's the last game of the season, we're not that possible to go and get the 3 or 4 goals that could possibly get us into the playoffs. So really excited, looking forward to it. I just don't think we get over that line. I believe it'll go down to the extra time, to the minutes after the game in all games. I still something to play for will be happening in the minutes.
There's always something. You think back to 2013 when City had to wait, having played Cardiff, and had to wait for the Watford Leeds game to finish by an extra 15 minutes because of an injury delay there. It was dramatic, it was nervous, it was the tension. But it's everything, as I said in that little introduction, it's everything you got into it as a player, that it's the moment you live for as fans, it's what you get into it for, isn't it?
Yeah, and we mentioned Crutcher's out there, by the way.
Just going to mention that as the next thing, that is the good news. Hopefully there's nothing underlying there that may become a problem. I'm just keeping an eye to see if he's trying to work something off there, Swanee, but at least we'll take that as a positive, that he's out there and he starts. That's the last thing they need, is that kind of upheaval with a player who 12 months ago was so influential. He was one of the standout players at Fratton Park, scored the goal that got them on the way, if you remember. Portsmouth equalised, but a big figure, not just as a player, but as a character in that squad.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the team and what we picked today. I always said that the manager probably didn't know his best team if we were fully fit. I don't think that'd be far away from my team that I picked.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right with that.
Look at that there. Gloomy, Gellart, burning foot.
And the delivery, you can get from Giles on that left-hand side, yeah.
Right opportunity.
Well, Steve Jordan may not have much voice left after that. We can barely hear ourselves speak at the moment, but for very good reasons. It's loud, it's boisterous, there's emotion aplenty around the MKM Stadium. The City fans in good voice. One final hobble away from the football. No respect in the football for this City side, but hopefully a chance over the next 90 minutes to keep this season going for 2, maybe, just maybe, 3 more games. That's the aim, that is the target. We will creep across every dramatic moment here on BBC Radio Humberside. Thanks for your company. It's Mike and Swanee, James Hogarth alongside us. Our first of 2 big match commentaries for you, and it will be the Tigers that will get us underway in the sunshine on this Saturday afternoon. No, it won't, because the referee's going to bring it back. A false start just to get you built up a little bit more.
Well, Bristol City Stoker side, Bristol City 1-0 up.
They're 1-0 up already. No impact on the ups and downs in the Championship table as City do get us started, and Eva Pandor in purple sends a long ball away to this near right-hand side towards the West Stand, and it goes out for a Norwich City throw-in. The Tigers will attack us. We look at it, we're high at the top of the West Stand up, but they'll go left to right towards the South Stand in this first half. In the amber shirts with the black shorts and amber socks, Norwich in their away kit, predominantly forest green with some flashes of white across white shorts and green socks, and the ball is played away by Norwich and rolls through to Eva Panda, who plays it out to Charlie Hughes, back in the side, dealing with a double hernia, but he drills a right-footed cross away towards Ballumi, but it's headed clear by Kellen Fisher, a natural right-back playing at left-back. A lot of injury problems for this Norwich side, and there is Matt Crooks, his first real touch in the game, having been treated in the warm-up. A ball played by Giles down the left towards Miller, up towards the goal line, just in the slight shadows. On his right foot, cross comes in and doesn't breach McBurney. It's headed away. Slater's in there, can't quite direct the header, and that'll be picked up by Slimani. A strong challenge from Slater, but a free kick's already been given for a foul on Ali Ahmed. And it will be a Norwich free kick, just about 6 or so yards from halfway. The City fans in good voice early doors. Will they have plenty to cheer about around about a couple of hours from now? Ball given away by Norwich, and Miller can come forward with it inside the Norwich half, cuts in on his right foot, then plays it down the left towards Gelhardt, who's made a move. Crooks is coming into the area. Gelhardt tries to get around the outside of his man, forced out of it. Good defending really there in the end by McConville. And then City will suit the throw in as Miller puts pressure on Stacey down that right-hand side.
I felt an atmosphere like this for a while.
Great.
And every time they go on the attack, the fans are behind you. That just gives you a lift as a player.
Well, Ipswich already in second place and in prime spot to get the second automatic place. They're already 1-0 up within 4 minutes against Queen's Park Rangers as well. A big chance for Middlesbrough potentially at Wrexham. We'll keep an eye on that one and let you know if there's anything to tell you about. In that game in North Wales, City have got themselves a free kick where it's played across to this right-hand side, and Middlesbrough have taken the lead against Wrexham. So 1-0 down there at the moment. That would put City into the playoff places. Ball played away by Norwich, has to be covered here by Hughes, and has been. And it's played away. So at the moment, City move up. Derby would move above Wrexham. Lots of permutations to look at. There's been a coming together, and there's the reaction. The fans have now heard that Middlesbrough, through Tommy Conway, 4 minutes in, and Wrexham are behind. City are in 6th. Derby have scored as well.
We said it was going to be to the last few minutes, not the first few minutes, Mike. We can't go on like this all game.
We'll try and bring you some of that action when we get an opportunity, if we can. We'll obviously keep our focus on here, but we'll try and help you live the drama with us here on BBC Radio Humberside and our colleagues at BBC Radio Derby and Radio Wales as well. Here's Egan, deep in his own half, plays a ball forward up towards McBurney, does well to get a foot on it and slips it to Coyle down this right side. Will surge forward, McBurney's been felled, given into Ballumi. Referee's still playing an advantage at the moment. Ballumi does really well to keep possession. Slater turns away from a couple of challenges, chips it down the right side. It's just going to get away from Coyle and out for a throw-in.
There is fucking here, could there not?
I've only played about it, isn't he?
He had a fantastic first touch there. The big centre half, goes round the back of him, clips his ankles, just a little jam in there, but great play by McBurney. That's what we like to see, and getting hold of the ball, it makes everything tick for us.
So now Derby, with City only drawing here, now Derby moving to the top 6. Oh, City need to do something now to make sure that they get themselves back in there. Derby in 6th place, leading by a goal to 0. Is a City throwing on this near right side. I've not even had a chance to give you the teams just yet. If you've just joined us, I'll do that one shortly, but it's been a frenetic start as we approach 5 minutes, and City have a throw-in which Coyle will take just in front of Philippe Clement. Sends it away down the right side. McBurney gets a head on it, flicks it infield. for another Tigers throw-in, this time 30 yards further forward and midway inside the Norwich half. Wow, what a start. BBC Radio Humberside, we've got it for you here. Balumi looks to flick it away from a Norwich man, had two around him and it's picked up by Ahmed, then one back, and then eventually it goes back to a player in a green shirt. It's right, away to McConville, turns it inside to Cordoba. He won back by Slater, but a strong challenge there. Sees right, and Matson gets it, played forward down this Norwich left, covered by Hughes, out for a throw into the Canaries. As it's taken quickly, Balumi gets it, flipped away. Matson wins it back for Norwich, midway inside the City half. Now it's with Fisher, turns it back almost to halfway towards Cordoba, and the Panama international who could play against England in the World Cup receives it once more at halfway, slips it in field towards right. He's able to turn it back towards McConville, one of the four players to come into the side, the Northern Ireland international, in the four changes from that game against Swansea. So right now, City were barely in the top six for second, Swanee, before Derby snatched it from them for the time being.
They play to Derby.
Sammy Schmolitz.
4 minutes in front of us,
yeah. Sammy Schmolitz, who a couple of weeks ago did say we will be a playoff team. He made that bold prediction, which was one for people to pop on the walls of the changing rooms. And he's given Derby the lead at Pride Park against Sheffield United. Always a feeling that Derby will have a good chance in that one against the Sheffield United side, who have really disappointed this season. Norwich have possession, played forward towards Matson, the captain, with McLean left out. He's fouled, wins a free kick for Norwich. City making the three changes then, with Hughes, Slater and Balumi coming in for Ajayi, Lundstrom and the injured Matazo. So it's Panda in goal, back four of Coyle, Egan, Hughes and Giles. Crooks and Slater in the midfield with Balumi, Gelhardt, Miller and McBurney. That's not a bad attacking four, as you said, Swanee.
Still the best in the league.
We'll bring you the action to just illustrate what's been going on shortly. We'll probably go with the Derby one first, because that suddenly had a big impact on things, as it's going to be chipped down the right side. Hughes tries to get in. Now that came off a Norwich man. That goes out. Let's bring you that goal that Derby have scored, that takes them into the top six at the moment. Our colleagues at BBC Radio Derby.
Gets it down, loops it across. Referee doesn't give a penalty. We play on, man down, shot, but through it in. No, he scored! It smokes to the back post. An old shot across goal. Took a deflection.
Well, there's what's seen Derby move into the top six. Before that, Wrexham had gone behind. Here's Panda, who's going to play out from his own area, launches it long downfield. At the moment, that Wrexham goal seems, that Borough goal for Wrexham seems insignificant now, doesn't it? Because that's not the story right now. Derby leading is City have to do something here at the MKM Stadium to change that situation. Cordoba plays a short ball off that Norwich free kick. McBurney tries to close him down, gives it to Callum Fisher. Look at the Norwich side in just a second. Back to Jacob Wright, who's sitting deep, almost as an old-style sweeper at the moment. It's then swept away towards that right side. As City win it back. Miller tries to back heel to Crooks, shout for a handball. It's going to be a throw-in instead. They've made 4 changes from the side that drew against Swansea last week and took Norwich out of playoff contention. Kovacevic in goals, Stacey, McConville, Cordoba and Fisher the back four. Matson the captain alongside Wright, and then it's Forson, Slimani and Ahmed and Toure up front. Give you the 2 benches shortly. Here come the Canaries forward in green and white. Left-hand side with Fisher, watched by Coyle. He turns inside, does Fisher, and then plays it in towards right. We had to stretch for that, and then there's some space opened up on the right. Stacey tries to get across it, hangs a high one up. Coyle gets enough of a head on it to clear the area, and Balumi tries to get away from his man. No foul, and Norwich will get it back, but at halfway. Drama aplenty already in the early stages of the final day of the Championship season. If City...
Great.
Love it.
It's nerve jangling.
It is. I love it a little bit more if City can get themselves in front here. As Norwich give it away. Then run back again. It's with Ali Ahmed, the Canadian international, teammate of Liam Miller's. As Stacey, with the number 3 on his back for Norwich, plays it out to that right side towards Forson.
Salzburg winger. Out back to McConville. McConville's got some support alongside him. It's Wright in those luminous yellow boots. Just slides it back to McConville again. Now Wright slips it through to Cordoba. Bit of a patient one here from Norwich. Looking to just try and open up a gap as Cordoba skips away from Gelhardt, keeps going. Still Cordoba, the big centre half, striding away and then gets a cross in. It's cut out by Coyle. And out for a throw-in. 10.5 minutes gone. BBC Radio Humberside on the final day of the Championship season. And it's Hull City 0, Norwich City 0.
Well, the centre half there travelled 50 yards, 40 yards at 3/4 pace.
Yeah.
They weren't even sprinting, they just seemed to be going past players, nobody getting a challenge on.
No. Throw-in taken, Fisher. Flick there from Ben Slimani, but hooked clear by Balumi. Burnley can't quite get there. Cordoba flicks it up in the air. Slater goes up for a challenge with Slimani again. Slater plays away. It's going to go into Norwich's half. And collected once more.
Nerves already need to calm down. The fans need to be with them, yeah. But you feel a bit of nerves, don't you?
Just sense it a bit, can't you?
Yeah, when the ball goes astray. It's going to go astray.
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
I'm feeling it. The City bench this afternoon: Dylan Phillips, John Lundstrom, Jemmy Ajayi, Hugh Hirakawa, Carl Joseph, Darko Jamie, Kieran Dowell, Lewis Kumas and Paddy McNair. Here come Norwich again. We went inside the City half. Going to be played with some footballs from the centre of the field and whipped across by Torre. Yeah, and he stumped it all the way out for a throw-in to City on this near right side. Right front of the bench.
Should probably have a shot at. Yeah. Played it to his mate 15 yards away. It's killed him up.
Not ideal. Couldn't get on the end of it. And let's keep an eye on. We've got his eye on everything. What's going on? Ipswich have scored a second. They're 2-0 up. Southampton lead Preston by a goal to 0, and here come Norwich again, and he's slipped through on the diagonal through the angle of the area to Torre. Keeps it in play. Watched by Egan. Then it's back to Ahmed. Coyle in front of him. Ahmed's got a drop at the shoulder just to open up the space. Back to Matson. Now Fisher on the left side. Played into the area. Ahmed drags it onto his left foot. He's beaten Coyle. Cover on that left-hand side. Hits Coyle in the chest and then thumped away. Balumi can't quite clear it properly. Then back inside. Norwich with a lot of possession here. And maybe a chance for a shot. Fisher and Panda just drops to his right and pushes it for a corner. It's a well-struck shot. Panda was a little bit off balance there at first, but managed to readjust and put that one out for a Norwich City corner kick.
Yeah, he was never going to go past him, like I said, but it did look a bit awkward, didn't it? The thing is, Norwich are relaxed, they're playing some decent football, like I said, there's no pressure on them, like I said before. That's when you get dangerous teams, and their fans will be thinking, why are we not playing like this all season? That's what happens at the end of the season, you get strange results. There'll be a couple of games, probably 4 or 5s in today, but like I said, we're going to make sure we're one of them.
Norwich corner, left side of the north stand end. Hung up towards the back man coming in. Cordoba. City have got to play it down. And the referee will say it's a free kick to the Tigers. Norwich's bench. The sub-keeper is Daniel Grimshaw, Harry Darling, Liam Gibbs, Paris Magoma, Sam Fields, Jeffrey Schlupp, Matthias Kaviskoren, Tony Springer and Errol Mondle-Smith. 0-0 here, and at the moment that's not enough for the Tigers, because although Wrexham are losing at home to Middlesbrough, Derby County lead through a 4th minute Sammy Schmodic's goal.
So his eyes now on the Derby game,
The Derby game, very much so.
Well, mainly this one. So,
yeah, but as far as what else is going on,
we stand at the moment, we need to win.
Could do with, not often you hear City fans say this, could do with Sheffield United doing them a favour in that one, or, like you said, do your job here. A goal now for the Tigers would change things again. Here's Gelhardt holding it up. Inside to Slater, who's just half a yard off that one, and it allowed a challenge to come in from Forson. Giles came in to try and help out, ball given away almost, and McBurney was prowling. He could sense it, sniffing blood, and just a foot in somehow from McConville was able to take that away from him, and it eventually goes out for a Norwich goal kick. Swanee, that was a chance, or a half chance at least.
Just probably a yard away from it, wasn't it, McBurney? I say he started the game as he normally does, he's closing down from the front, but if you're doing that, everybody's got to put him behind him, otherwise it's a waste of time, because they'll just play it around you. But everybody's squeezed up there on that occasion. The keeper, I don't know if you saw him coming late, but just managed to get the clearance sideways on it.
He did. The referee says there was a bit of movement as he tried to play that one. So again, Kovacevic in the mint green goalkeeping kit rolls that white ball out to corner, but then it's played to Fisher on this left-hand side, and Balloumi's taking it from him. Balloumi skips through two, goes down, and City fans want a foul. Coyle will get that one back. It'll just pinball away up towards Miller. Lays it off calmly for Crooks. Now Giles on the left-hand side. Giles trying to get around the outside of his man, tight to that left touchline. Looks to get the cross, ricochets back off Giles, and that will be a Norwich goal kick.
Yeah, it's one of the double backs on him there, and it caught him as he was going out of play, but looks like he's got the pace on him, Giles, if he gets the opportunity down that left-hand side. Got the ball out of his feet. Love to see that when, like I say, go one-on-one with the full-backs there.
Well, the scenarios we said is that City now need to score, need to be in front here in this game to take Derby out of the top six again, and the Tigers to move up. Wrexham still 1-0 down. That early goal from Middlesbrough through Tommy Conway. Ahmed, left-hand side, turns away from Balloumi, drives down the left, gives it infielding towards Slimani, then back to Forson, now Fisher. Norwich been forced back about 20 yards, almost back to halfway, but then a diagonal ball is cut out by Slater, and he'll play it away to Miller. Miller just manages to evade the challenge of Stacey, checks his run, plays it.
It's playing at a good pace, Mike, isn't it?
It is.
Moving the ball quick, which is good.
Yeah, there's a real energy about it, helped by the atmosphere as Crooks plays it on the outside of his right foot there, but didn't get the accuracy.
What happened was, with two strikers up top there, Gellert and McBurney, he was wanting one to go short, which was McBurney. He was hoping Gellert was going to go feeling behind the back of the centre half, but McBurney had brought the full the centre half in for the space to use, and he curled it outside of his right foot, and Gellert decided to come short at the same time.
Bit of miscommunication there, and Norwich have it back again with Callum Fisher, former Bromley youngster, ex-England under-20 and under-21 as well. Now it's with Matson, Danish midfielder, back to Wright. Wright digs it forward, and maybe a chance. Fisher into the area. Panda has to come out and leaps on it low to the ground where the boots might have been flying. Fisher didn't bother trying to go for it in the end. He saw that his chance had just gone, but that was really close, and they were opened up too easily there, Swanee.
It was too easy, but I think it did pull out of that probably because he saw the pace that Pando coming out, and he realised how important it was to be there first. Feel like things, second thoughts on that, he's coming out, bringing him down, giving away a penalty, but I think when the Norwich player saw that the eyes of Pando coming, he went, yeah, you can have that one.
Yeah. Here come Norwich again, though, as Miller's come all the way across, chasing towards Louis Coyle's side to help double team against Fisher. Fisher with the cross in, Egan not taking any chances, and Miller and Coyle combine to get the ball away. It's come on City is a shout from just one lone fan away to my right-hand side. Push there, and a foul on Mo Balloumi. That'll be a free kick. The fans are just sensing the anxiety a little, or creating the anxiety a little bit, maybe, Swanee.
Yeah, a bit of both, isn't it? Coventry gone 1-0 away at Watford.
Coventry,
Portsmouth, Birmingham 1-1.
Coventry already thinking about the holiday plans, of course, everything wrapped up for them. Promotion back to the Premier League for the first time in 25 years. Title winners already secured as well. They can enjoy their final day. As nerve-wracking as this, as Fisher's going to send a cross into the area. And Pando will collect it for City in the sunshine. 19 minutes gone here on BBC Radio Humberside on the final day of the season. Hopefully not the final game altogether. Playoffs maybe, but City have got work to do themselves, if not hope for a bit of help from Sheffield United, who trailed to Derby County, who are the team that occupies 6th place right now in the live league table. I always thought Wrexham Middlesbrough was going to be an interesting one, because Middlesbrough, even though now they're looking at it with Ipswich 2-0 up, Middlesbrough going into it could have still got an automatic place, and they'll be kicking themselves when you look at the slump they've got on there in recent weeks. They had a right chance, haven't they? At one point, yeah. But back with a shot. Sergei Yakirovich, who's not pitch side, of course, because of his touchline ban, said he had a conversation with Kim Hellberg at the recent EFL Awards, said maybe if you could do us a favour, help us out if we need it on that final day. And here's Balumi for City, 18 yards out. Rides one challenge, then another. Gets a little clip there. That should have been a foul, surely. He tried to keep on his feet, and eventually it was felled. And the referee, Josh Smith, has let that one go. It's been the story with Josh Smith this season. He's not unfamiliar to Hull City, as Norwich will come up the other end now to play it off with Forster. Here's Wright. Away to that right-hand side, about 25 yards out. Forster again. Back inside to Wright once more. Norwich in their away green and white kit this lunchtime. And the ball's played back almost to halfway. Here's Fisher on this left-hand side, who's got himself in a couple of advanced positions in the early stages of this, as that's a foul by Egan. He's given that one for a foul on Tory.
Burnley's having a chat.
Yeah, what a surprise.
It was for me, like I say, a foul on Balumi. Balumi did great, like I say, great feet in between players there. And then, like I say, Burnley will talk himself into hook there. But yeah, for me, let that one go, and obviously that was definitely a free kick there by Egan.
Well, it's Josh Smith, the referee at Peterborough's 31st game in charge this season. It's his 7th City match this season, including this fixture at Carrow Road in November, the reverse fixture.
Have you done your research on that?
No, he sent Charlie Hughes up at West Brom, it was that one. So, he sent Gustavo.
Have you done your research then? How many games is one?
Well, how many? I forgot to check that bit, to be fair.
That's what we need to know,
Sorry. He sent Gus Puerta off against Oxford last season as well, so he's got a bit of previous in that regard. I'll try and check at half-time and come back to you, Swanee. I'll give you that too. Maybe now. Still 45 minutes to go after that. There's 22 minutes gone here. It's 0-0. It's not enough for City at the moment because Derby are winning. And Norwich have got a free kick, 18 yards out, and about 5 or 6 yards in from this near left-hand touchline. And it's going to be delivered right-footed by Wright. Curls it in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, and that's headed away and over by a Norwich man.
And that was a clearance.
You what, sorry?
I thought that was a clearance.
I did. That's why I went headed away, and then I could see that he was giving goal kicks. So
that was a chance.
Yeah,
if he's got there first.
It's come off the top of the head of whichever Norwich player I couldn't see, who was sandwiched between two City players. As Dean Holden looks on, there's no Marko Salatovic down there either, by the way, because he's banned because he got another booking last week. Dean Holden, the measured head of the coaching staff.
Have we still got the worst discipline record?
Yes.
They look at your management stuff, where do you get it from?
And it's Norwich getting it back at halfway. Gelhardt has gone down in trying to take that one from Matson. 0-0, and we're past the halfway stage of the dramatic, nerve-wracking and exciting first half of this game here at the MKM Stadium. Not blessed with big goal-mouth chances yet, though, Swanee. Not yet.
Not yet.
That's all playing into it, isn't it? Right now, there's all down that right channel. It's shifted out towards the right-hand side, and Norwich man goes down. Giles does enough to stop it reaching its intended target. And that east-hand side goes out for another Norwich throw-in. And it's taken short in towards Ben Slimani, the Tunisian international. It's away from a challenge there. Tries to cross, and the ricochet takes it back in. Egan will head it clear from the edge of the 6-yard box. Miller will win it back for the Tigers and plays it away to Balumi. Flicks it up towards Gelhardt. Needs a good touch. Gets a slight touch, and then that might run over towards McBurney, but it won't because McConville will get there first. That was a big opportunity. He could have just got it under full control, Swanee.
Under control, you're right, Mike. Just full control, though slightly. Thought that, just getting nipping it away from the fullback, and when the ball got played, there was one Norwich defender with about 3 strikers to turn. He was always a favourite. Was a big lad.
Yeah. And it is Rory McConville, Northern Ireland international, ex-Linfield and Brighton youth. The City play another long ball forward, but Balumi to try and chase down, but Fisher just watched it out, and it goes out for a goal kick. Looking around, there's fans looking at the phones, at the scores, and some are biting the nails, some are just sitting there looking motionless at the moment. And Listen, it's a very different, we'll talk about it, it's a different scenario to what we experienced last year. Yeah, I mean,
this game with that much on one goal, 3 teams, so it's a great goal.
Panda maybe should have come out. There's a long ball played forward. Here comes Torre into the area, slips through, he goes down, and the referee, I was waiting, do you know what? I was waiting for him to give a decision on what would have been a soft one there, and he hasn't, thankfully. But you could have just seen it, couldn't you, after some of the ones he's let slide.
Yeah, he had a look at it, didn't he?
Thought about it.
But again, though, it was up so easy there, didn't it?
Here's Norwich, right, might fancy one from distance, plays it short instead. Edge of the box, flicked into the area, Torre with a chance, and Torre thumps it home right-footed from about 8 yards out, and it's just got a lot worse for the Tigers with Derby County leading in their game. That put them into the top 6. It meant City had to lead themselves in this game to be back in the playoff places. But instead, a defensive lapse, a little chip over the back four. Torre was there, catches it on the half volley, and City have been punished, and maybe the playoff dream is slipping through the fingers once more. 26 minutes gone at the MKM Stadium. A long way to go yet. Plenty of drama and twists and turns you feel. But first blood has gone to Norwich City here at the same time as Wrexham equalise against Middlesbrough. It's all happening, but here it's all City 0, Norwich City 1.
Yeah, it's a bad goal to give away, wasn't it? As we squeezed out there, I think you stayed back in there and left the space in where Egan had come out and left it, and the lad just made a little 3-4 little hard diagonal run, little scoop over, like I say, great finish to be fair, but defensively not nowhere near good enough. You either got to squeeze out, or like I say, you sit back in there. And one of them went out, I said you stayed back, I think it was, which allowed him to play him onside, which at the same time Wrexham equalised with Josh Windass.
It had to be, didn't it? As here comes City, the other, and Gelhardt into the area. Challenge comes in, penalty! Gelhardt brought down a straight response, or a chance for a response. City had to find the net with it, but an opportunity for the Tigers to immediately bounce back from that disappointment of the Torre goal. Gelhardt with a lovely little move into the area, he does that so well. The challenge comes in and the referee deemed that it was a foul, and City have a penalty, Swanee.
Yeah, it was a great run, Robbie. You see, you don't always vulnerable when you just scored, and I say Norwich definitely was there. One fall in the box. Gelhardt, I won't say he was looking for it either, he was just trying to get round the back of it, wasn't he? But fair play to him, great positioning, let come down, definitely.
Ollie McBurney, 16 goals this season, 15 in the league. He's answered the target that was set to him at the start of the season by manager Sergei Yakirovich. He now has a chance for one of his biggest goals this season. McBurney, right-footed, steps up, slots it down the middle as the keeper goes to his right, and City are all square at the MKM Stadium. They're backing it with the swiftest of responses. There's still work to be done because Derby still holds 6th place as it stands, but City are back in the game. The Tigers won, Norwich City won, goal 17 of the season for Ollie McBurney. How's that for a response?
I'm going to put my false nails on today, Mike. I'm really on to the second bit, yeah. It wasn't even the best penalty, to be fair. I don't think he knew what he wanted to do in the end, because he was straight down the middle. What the best strike. Not fortunate for us that the keeper died to the right hand side, which it's opened the game on now. Is that the 3rd time that 6th place position in the league's changed now, I believe?
Well, at the moment,
it was Wrexham, then it was Derby.
Yeah.
Let's check again now.
Well, no, at the moment it still stays as it's still Derby 6th, and Wrexham, because Wrexham and City are still drawing, it's as you were going into it as far as those two. Wrexham are still above them. City's still 8th, but now a City goal and it all changes again. Wow. At the other end, though, Norwich have got a corner which is going to be taken in front of their fans. They're in green today, but the fans in their traditional yellow, right in that corner. As this corner's taken in, curled in towards Matson. Gets a touch off a City man and goes out for another Canaries corner. We're approaching half an hour gone in the game. And wow, on an afternoon of football we've got for you. Brilliant. Norwich corner. Right-footed on that right side again. It's another outswinger. Goes through everyone. Comes out towards this left angle. Ahmed sends a cross in deep beyond everyone. And now for a City goal kick. 1-1 here. 1-1 between Wrexham and Middlesbrough, and Derby County leading by 1-0 against Sheffield United.
That's great, isn't it? That's not great. I'm glad I took my tablets this morning anyway.
Stay with us, Swanee. Stay with us.
I'm trying.
We'll maybe try and bring you that Wrexham goal in a second when we've got a break in play here. Just again, just to paint some of the drama that was happening as the Norwich goal was going in. So lots changed since then, but City have got possession here. Here's McBurney, back to Coyle. Coyle will chip it down the right side. It's going to be Cordoba that will get there and plays it away long downfield. It'll stay in the field of play. Coyle battling for it, comes off a Norwich Man City throw, which Coyle wants to get on with quickly. Needs some support and options there to do it. Can't manage it at the moment, so just takes his time about it. And there's the City fans just trying to lift their side once more. Coyle sends the ball forward, headed up in the air by McBurney. Fisher with the touch on it, and comes away, kept in by Toure. Now Ahmed, McBurney tussling for it. Ball up towards Slimani again, and then slipped off to Toure, who was like a sprinter there. Plays an early ball into the box. Giles comes across the cover, needs some help here, and plays it away. And it's out for a Norwich throw. Won't bring in that Wrexham goal just yet, as Norwich in an advanced position. But we'll
Good defended by Giles.
Yeah,
had to come all the way across there behind the back of the two centre half, saw the danger. And I said he dealt with it.
He had to be pinpoint perfect with it as well, didn't he? Because there was a man around him. Here's Gelhardt. He does well to get away from his man initially, but Maxson takes it from him. Gelhardt won the penalty to begin with. Coyle wants Panda to come out. Instead, the captain has to play it away himself. I'm not sure that was Panda's to come for, Swanee, personally. No. But captain felt it was. Played away. Back up to halfway again. You just look around, people. I mean, people check the phones all the time anyway, but at least they've got a reason to today, Swanee.
Yeah, we don't mind do it.
City get it back. Case Slater now. McBurney is going to play in Balumi down the right side. Just too much for him to get to that one.
Got pace, I think. Cordoba, is it?
Yeah, it's now right. He's been forced away by Gelhardt. Good work there. Crooks needs to put a bit of pressure on. Given back to City. Slater and Miller linking up. Now Giles back to Miller again. Back into his own half to Hughes.
Yeah, brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. Trying to encourage them forward. Millwall have taken the lead against Oxford. Millwall in the playoff places. They did have a chance of that second spot as well, but of course Ipswich doing their job as they were expected to at home to QPR. Crooks heads it sideways. Gillan goes in with a challenge. Should have been a foul, but the referee allows play on. Fisher gives it to Ahmed. They've got a man staying down. It's Toure at the moment. He's their front man, but he's here, there and everywhere, and he's down at halfway right now. Play continues. Fisher inside to Slimani. Now right. Works it through the gap there to Stacey, who can't get there. That goes out for a City goal kick. Let's find out about that goal. It was a fair few minutes ago now, but this is how Wrexham got themselves back in it at the racecourse ground against Middlesbrough.
Right footed Wingers! What a goal from Josh Wingers! And if you ever thought Wingers was going to celebrate, that was the chance. He didn't. He just turned away. But that was the best goal I've seen scored at the racecourse this season. Wrexham are level. Half an hour played. Wrexham 1, Middlesbrough 1.
And that's how it remains right now in North Wales. Same scoreline here at the MKM Stadium. So many times over the years we've heard myself and other colleagues, other commentators scream the name Wingers other times. It's been enjoyable. That one, not so much. Makes it a little bit more squeaky bottom as Gelhardt gets his shirt pulled there. Referee spots it. That'll be a booking for Fisher, surely. It is. First yellow card of the game as Josh Smith hands out.
He was away as well, wasn't he, Gelhardt?
He was. And a free kick to the Tigers, which is going to be about 20 yards out. So a good opportunity for Balumi to put a good ball in, although it's tight up to that touchline. So when he comes off the pitch, he's onto that strip of AstroTurf. They push the advertising hoardings up quite tight, Swanee, but there's not much room down there. It's tight, isn't it? And it'll be a left-footed delivery by Mo Balumi, 20 yards out. A yard if that from this near right touchline in front of the West Stand, which is just a small part of the pitch on this side, in the shade from the glorious May sunshine. It'd be even more glorious if City could get something from this with 10 minutes to the break. Free kick at 1-1. Balloomy sent it into the area, and Crooks came in to meet him with the header, couldn't direct it goal bounds, and heads it into the south stand. And as Swanee said, that's a chance. What
happened there was Balloomy made a great ball, and Crooks made a fantastic run. When he realised he was the favourite for it, he tried putting too much on it. It's probably better if he had the defender alongside him, so he could just glance it towards goal. With that one, he thought he had such power and everything on it, and he didn't have to do that.
Crooks has lost out in midfield, and Norwich can come forward. Right to Slimani, outside the area. Crooks comes back to get a foot in and deny him. And then Egan plays it forward, just too far ahead of Gelhardt. And Norwich get it back again as Philip Clement down there in the black sweater and black jeans barks out an instruction. Cross is going to come in from Slimani. Wade through the area, collected by Stacey, turns it back inside to Forson. Right there, 30 yards out at the moment, pirouettes away from Slater. Back to Forson again, tries to drive around the outside of Giles, who had him covered, and has to play it behind to Jacob Wright once more. And the Manchester City youngster is there. City cut that one out at the edge of the area with Slater. He goes down, referee says foul, and a free kick. That's what he's good at, Swanee, isn't it? He spots those balls and just nicks in, and sometimes that's what ends up happening because the opposition can't deal with it.
Yeah, and the ball came into him then. He's got his body in a great position to let the ball roll in front of him. Knowing that the defender was behind him, his midfielder behind him, he's always going to run into him and get the free kick.
Well, the Play of the Season awards were cancelled on Tuesday with the focus wanting to be put on this game. They'll be announced at some point in the next few days. You have to think he's a contender. Yeah. At least one of the awards, Swanee.
Yeah, I said at the start, I'm pretty sure that he's one of the top three.
Definitely. And I'll say one of the unsung ones who maybe isn't going to get the credit. I think John Egan this season, with so much focus on Shemi Ajayi struggling at times, and we talk about Charlie Hughes, I think Egan deserves some credit in there. I'm not sure he'll necessarily be an award winner, but here he is now heading a ball forward. Good experience as well. McBurney heads it inside, intended for Gelhardt. Slater tries to get in there. Well, the former Sheffield United connection in this City side, and how they could do with some help from their former club right now, with Derby leading at Pride Park against the Blades by a goal to nil. It's that scoreline that keeps them in the top six right now. Wrexham and City in 7th and 8th respectively. Here come Norwich once more. Ball played infield. Hughes with a half footing. Good block there from Giles. Otherwise, Stacey might have been free with Miller.
It might have been. He was.
Well, he was free because Miller was a yard or two behind him, wasn't he?
Yeah, one behind him there.
Matson plays one through the middle. The referee, yeah, Forson made a foul to get it. And then McBurney and Gelhardt linking up, but it just bounces off a Norwich man.
It's time to the striker you want to get hold of it. It's time you let it go straight away there, and that was the right time. He just, as it came into it, tried to do a backflip into the space and just caught the heels of the Norwich players. Otherwise, Gelhardt had another touch and he'd been away.
Speaking of just catching, Slater just caught Cordoba, gives away a free kick. Well, City went into this, and we talked about the form. No wins in the last 6. They've drawn 4 and lost 2. The last time they won was 21st of March against Sheffield Wednesday. It's 4 in 16, including wins over Derby and Wrexham, funnily enough, which would help as part of the tiebreaker if it came down to further in. Goals scored after goal difference would be the first.
Great character though again by the team. Yeah. Going 1-0 behind, all the pressure on them to bounce straight back.
Kovacevic, the Bosnian international, is going to take this free kick. And there's been another goal to tell you about. We'll try and bring that to you in just a second. When the ball goes out of play here, it is a goal for Wrexham, who lead Middlesbrough by 2 goals to 1. So now City are going to need a couple of goals here to swing that goal difference, because it's Wrexham who move back into the playoff places. Here's Matson to this left-hand side to Ahmed. 16 yards out, near the angle of the area. He's got some support in Fisher. Ahmed tries to play. He was indecisive there, and he's ended up with City taking it from him as Coyle will play it up towards McBurney. Holds off the challenger 2 players, then goes down at halfway, gets a foul, free kick Tigers. And we've got 5 minutes left of the first half, but Wrexham have just changed it, switched it all up again, Swanee.
Yeah, Brada. What's in front?
Yeah. So now, that is, as we've said, it's changed and changed and changed again. All 3 of the contenders have held 6th spot during this first 45 minutes. And there's going to be more to come, you feel? Middlesbrough were playing for 2nd, but then you're also talking about playing for your place within the playoffs, which has an impact as far as
getting there first.
Well, getting there, but I mean, in terms of the teams that are already in and around it, in fact, the goal's been credited to Smith, Swanee, in the end. As Coyle plays it forward, crossfield towards Egan, should be able to get there, hooks it in towards Crooks with a header, saved on the line by Kovacevic. A big opportunity. Crooks at least hit the target, but it was straight at the keeper, and he denies Big Mac Crooks, and it remains City 1, Norwich 1.
Yeah, and he knows he should have run, but a great run by Egan there, and now he beat his fullback. How he beat the fullback to hook the ball back in. Crooks probably about 5 yards out. Kept the ball down, but headed straight at the keeper, made it easy for him. He knows himself should have scored.
Yeah.
Top to Edwards he does now.
He has one that didn't hit the target. That one did. And now Middlesbrough have equalised against Wrexham. It's Wrexham 2, Middlesbrough 2. So City still below Wrexham, but Derby go back into 6th place again. There needs to be a mathematician. Here come Norwich at the other end, ball into the area. Might run loose to Slimani. City trying to get it clear and do, and Ballooney's there to play that one away. They just switched off for a second. The reaction started to come in around the crowd. It was almost like City switched off as they were focusing. I don't know they weren't, but you know what I mean? It was just...
They're all feeling it at the same time, aren't they?
Potential is there. Strelets has equalised for Middlesbrough. Constant movement, twisting and turning. And you don't turn away from it. Don't turn us off, whatever you do.
I fancied the 4-2 there, 3-2, 4-2.
I'll give you a theory, or not a theory, but my gut instinct going into this, and we've got a chance here at break. I'll try and give you those 2 goals if we can, as it comes Norwich again. Oh, it's been missed by Miller. Right hand side, ball's going to be squared in, covered by Hughes, should be played away by Ryan Giles, and it is.
Bit of luck there, like I say, took a flick off Egan into the midriff of Hughes.
Yeah.
Just drops it.
Ball played through again, maybe a chance for Marley on his left foot onto his right, couldn't get the ball out properly, and then given away again. Egan has to deal with it, he does. Now Norwich get it back with Fisher. Here's Torre into the area, played back to him. Crooks puts it out, and then he gives it up to McBurney, back to Gelhardt, and City get it back to Black and Amber once more.
Yeah, we've got big long ball, that's here we are.
Miller's going to try and get in here. The defence was switched off, and Kovacevic was there, and able to play that one away. Crooks tries to get it, McBurney's missed it. Cordoba.
He does one of them runs again.
He does.
He's not even out the moving, but it's going past there.
And then Ballooney misses him, and then Cordoba just got a rush of blood to the head and gives the ball away. Coyle slips it down the side. Crooks is fouled. That'll be a free kick to the Tigers. Let's see him quickly. The ref's going to call him across. Let's bring you that Wrexham goal first of all. Let's put them 2-1 up.
Let's see if he can beat target for the first time this afternoon. He's heading for the touchline. Gets a clear hit. Oh, what a goal, Sam Smith! Tabori beats his man, and Sam Smith does the rest.
Well, that's the Wrexham goal. We'll bring you the Middlesbrough one in a second. Just trying to keep you across, painting the picture. We'll tell you when these goals go in. But that's our colleagues at BBC Radio Wales. As Wrexham took the lead, Middlesbrough quickly responding. We'll see if we've got a chance to bring you that shortly. But City have a free kick here. City need to win here now. And they've got a free kick, which Ballooney sends into the box. City seem to be napping there, and Norwich were able to deal with it. And then Giles has been beaten, and Folsom can try and break away. Cross halfway, they've made a move across to Ahmed. Should be Ballooney. He sliced that one high up in the air. Panda needs to get this right, and does. And he collects the ball. He wants to get this one away quickly. He rolls it out to Crooks. Will not step away from this unless we've got an obvious break in play to give you those bits of action from elsewhere. But right now, Derby are back in 6th place. Coyle, long ball forward. Gelhardt's going to chase after it. Keeper comes out, nearly gets it wrong. And Gelhardt had some support there. And Miller's saying that. He said, come on, we needed to get someone up there with him. referee is going to stop play. There's a man down there, so let's just bring you that action from our colleagues at Radio Wales as Middlesbrough quickly responded to Wrexham's goal. 2-2 there, this is how it happened.
Well, we've seen character from Wrexham before. The ball is played in Middlesbrough level. It's Strelec with the goal. Wrexham defenders statuesque, ball in from the left-hand side. Strelec in between two defenders. 8 yards out, right-footed shot, easy for him.
2-2 there then. Derby County still leading by a goal to nil. And here at the MKM Stadium, it is Hull City 1, Norwich City 1. We've just been shown 3 minutes of added on time, but there'll be a little bit extra to tag on to that because they've got a man down at the moment. Is it Ahmed who's down getting treatment? Swanee, I know we'll wrap it up properly in a minute, but try and explain what we've just witnessed over the course of 45 minutes.
I don't think there's been no planning. No, there's been a plan to go out to stick, but they haven't stuck to it now. It's just been back and forward. Both teams having a go at their team. Norwich is relaxed and playing open football, taking chances. If it comes off, great for them. I said they've got themselves in some great positions and themselves going forward. I said the fans have played a massive part in it. It's been a strange game, strange. Well, the atmosphere has been brilliant. But I think the atmosphere took over the game, to be fair. But like I say, the result at the moment, we push on in the second half. Manager has a chat with them, change a couple of things. Like I say, Crooks has had some great opportunities with headers, so we are getting in there and creating chances. Balloumi and Miller's not really had the ball to ever got the full-backs to shut. That's something they probably need to do in the second half. But cracking game, great atmosphere, everything comes with football. It's all in the field today.
Derby 1-0 up at half-time as the first 45 minutes ends there. We're in stoppage time here. We're only just getting back underway though. Ahmed is on the touchline at the moment. I think they were going to bring Gibbs on. Not managed to do that just yet. Yeah, not a high-quality performance. It is the excitement, the atmosphere more than anything else. Swanee, Norwich are playing with a bit more freedom and it's paying off for them at times as far as the space they're getting, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a lot nervy for us. It's understandable. They'll know that.
They've got another man down now. Half-time at the racecourse ground as well. Wrexham 2, Middlesbrough 2. Just while I was a break, I said I had a theory, didn't I?
Yes.
All week. I wanted City to do it, but the way I was picturing it, I said Wrexham and Middlesbrough finished 2-2. City drawing. And Jimmy will back me up on this. City draw, and I could see Derby winning and sneaking in. And I hope I'm wrong. But at the moment, that's exactly as we are. Let's hope the next 45 minutes, and we've still got to win this one.
I said last week, I knew all the 5 lottery winning balls. You know what? I forgot to put it on.
Don't be like, right, Jimmy will back me up on this. The media room will back me. Don't be coming at me like that, Swanee. I thought we were having a nice day today.
Nervous, saying silly things, it's nervous.
It's Forson that's getting the treatment now, so there's going to be extra time to be added on. You did say, didn't you, there was going to be a delay where one of these games would finish later. The other two have gone to half-time already.
Yeah.
So often City for others,
doing this.
No, find out in the second half if that happens. Well, as sends this one away. But now Forson's off the field, so they're still down to 10 men at the moment. We're going to build up to our second commentary of the day. Slightly different situation. And they're in there. They've done that. Now it's about where they finish, and they could finish as high as 4th and give themselves a good chance. You want that higher position, the top 2 of the 4 playoff brackets, because it means you play at home in the second leg, which is what teams look for in all of this. That's not possible for City if they do get themselves in the top 6. It's just about getting in there. Towner at Tranmere this afternoon. Matt Dean and Craig Disley will preview that with James shortly. Here with the whatever, we've had the 3 minutes on the clock, we've had nearly 4 minutes on the clock, there's probably still a minute or so still to be played as Charlie Hughes just has a loose ball there just to knock back to even Pan. They put a bit of pace on that one, thankfully it held up for Pan, there was no one around him. City fans trying to urge him to get forward. It's almost like City have thought, right, let's get in at half-time now, but the Tigers fans want a little bit more. Played away by Fisher. Slater, I thought Crooks was going to go flying in there, didn't. And a challenge from Slater might see it run to Balloumi, but it's defended by Stacey. Comes out for a Tigers throwing on this right side. Dean Holden gets it back to Louis Coyle quickly. But 4.5 minutes have added on time in this first half. Hull City 1, Norwich City 1. It's not enough at the moment for the Tigers, as Slimani keeps it in on this Norwich left-hand touchline. It's back to Panda in purple. Rolls it out towards Ryan Giles, who we've not seen enough of, Swanee, have we?
No, Oliver's Weidman.
No. He's Miller. Miller cuts in on an angle. Looks about to try and float one away. Instead, Slater will do the honours. And it's cushioned on the chest of Coyle. Goes for an early cross in towards where McBurney is, but Cordoba gets ahead on it. Slater might nick that one from about 30 yards out. Keeps it in on the right touchline. Closing in on the final few seconds. Looks outside the box. Maybe a chance if he could pick out Gelhardt. Swanee spotted it. So too did the defender. That denied Tigers a late opportunity in this first half. And at the break, there is still plenty to play for, but it's not going the way of Sergei Yakirovic's side right now. Hull City 1, Norwich City 1. Norwich took the lead on 26 minutes. A defensive switch up on the Tigers allowed Torre a chance to get on there. A little chip ball over the top of the defence and catch it with the half volley. But a quick response as Gelhardt was fouled in the area. McBurney slotted home a fairly slow rolling penalty, you have to say, but the keeper had gone the wrong way and it was all square. But there's drama going on in the other two games as well. Derby County with an early lead against Sheffield United. They hold that lead at the break. Wrexham and Middlesbrough are 2-2. So the way it stands right now, it's Derby County in that important final 6th place spot in the Championship. Wrexham in 7th, Hull City in 8th, and it's all to play for the Tigers. A goal now, if the other scores stay the same, a goal for the Tigers in that final 45 minutes of the regular season will see City a playoff side. If not, it comes to an end this afternoon. Stay with us, we've got it all for you. At the break here, Hull City 1, Norwich City 1, Peter Swan.
Yeah, if you take away the atmosphere, it's just an average sort of game. Yeah. But with the atmosphere, it's a fantastic
and
game.
The jeopardy.
Yeah, everything that comes with it. But I'm saying, our main players, for me, you're looking at Miller and Bloom, we can improve in that second half, definitely. It's not as though we've played as best when we took his chances. Yeah, we've had a couple of half chances, which Crooks had a couple of them. But they've also had a couple of chances as well. So, yeah, they're playing freedom, they've no nerves. It's our team to play against when they've got nothing to play for, because you see a different outfit out there. But for us going forward in that second half, we can get the ball out to the wide men, get Gelhardt on it. McBurney's not really been involved in it as much as he'd like to. So for us, how I'm looking there, there's loads more he can do in that second half, which for me encourages me. The fans are encouraged by it. So I'll say it's been another 45 minutes of nail biting, everything that comes with what we need to. I say it's a fantastic end of day, end of the season, I should say. But where we've got going forward for us now is we've got the quality out there to go and win us a game.
What does he need to say to them at half-time? What does he want from them?
I think exactly what I've just said there. If we can get the ball out to Miller Balloon, they match winners. I said we've not really had them to throw up the full-back so they can have a go one-on-one and get them balls. But Tim Giles needs to get down that left-hand side more, get some overlapping. Coyle has not really been down. So whether they're being told just to sit tight to start with, to see what is going on, to get that feel of it, and not leave any opportunities or any gaps behind us, because what you don't want to do is what happened to us, go 1-0 down behind, but the character of the team bounce straight back. Got ourselves back in that position, but in the second half, with the gamble he's played with certain players today, he's going to have to gamble and leave, like say 2-on-2 again at the back for us to go and get the extra goal.
Sorry, I should have worded that question a bit better. I was meaning more in terms of, does it need a big Churchillian speech, or is it calm? Is it, let's just keep it as, you know, just keep your heads, fellas?
Yeah, keep the heads, but the wide men that you with match winners, get the ball out to them and let's work from them. Because that's in. So normally that's it, when you're in all the times, they're the two players, Miller and Bloom, you can give them the ball and they'll go on the dribbles, and it just gives you time as a breather. But they also can go past players and create chances, both coming in from the flank and get us McBurney involved a bit more. But there's going to be more definite goals in that second half.
Get yourself a cuppa, maybe something stronger. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. You might need it for the second 45 minutes, which is on the way here on BBC Radio Humberside from the MKM Stadium at the break. It is Hull City 1, Norwich City 1.
Wow, a topsy-turvy afternoon here at the MKM Stadium, and it's only likely to get even more nervy into the second 45 minutes of the action here. Let me bring you the half-time scores in the Championship. You know the picture as things stand. Derby County occupy the final playoff spot right now, with Wrexham and Hull City missing out. In the Championship, goalless between Blackburn and Leicester. Bristol City 1, Stoke City 1, Derby County 1, Sheffield United 0, with Derby County looking like they will be in the playoffs if you were to end things now. Hull City 1, Norwich City 1, Ipswich Town 2, Queen's Park Rangers 0, Millwall 1, Oxford United 0, Portsmouth 1, Birmingham City 1, Preston North End 0, Southampton 1. Sheffield Wednesday announced just prior to kick-off that the takeover of the club has been completed today, and perhaps not too surprisingly, Sheffield Wednesday lead by 2-0 at the Hillsborough over West Bromwich Albion. Swansea and Charlton is goalless, Watford 0, Coventry City 2, and Wrexham 2, Middlesbrough 2. As things stand, no game early kick-off in the Premier League as the focus is on the Championship. For us, after this game, the focus will turn to Grimsby Town, and we'll check in with our commentary team shortly.
Weekend mornings from 6.
Fiona Mills.
I have been living in this country for what? Over 30 years. And I have never come across a box of broken biscuits until last week. If I had a chair, I would have fallen off it. Opened them up, came across these biscuits, round, cookie-shaped, bits of raisins in them, now they're half. I said, oh, squashed fly biscuits. And I was like, they're not called squashed fly biscuits, are they? I did try Googling it, and it was just like, yeah, you're a complete idiot.
Fiona Mills.
Weekend mornings from 6.
Just ask your smart speaker to play BBC Radio Humberside. Getting you closer to your club. BBC Radio Humberside Sports.
Grimsby Town will find out later who they will face in the playoffs after their final game of the regular season, and that comes at relegation threat Tranmere Rovers. Let's head to Prenton Park now. Your commentary team and former Grimsby Town captain Craig Disley. Afternoon to both of you.
Afternoon, James.
Afternoon. I guess the big question, Matt, is will David Artell stick with his regular side or tweak to give players an opportunity of game time and manage the players he needs fit for the playoffs? Talked to Graham, a Grimsby fan, before the game, Graham Hackney. He thinks that David Artell's not the kind of head coach to make so many changes. Would you concur with that?
It's hard to read his mind, James, if I'm being brutally honest with you. He has got a bit of a dilemma, I think, today, because he won't want to pick up any injuries at all, but at the same time, the Mariners will want to continue with this upward momentum that they have. They've been fantastic in recent games. They've won the last 3, arriving here at Tranmere Rovers today. And there are players on the fringes that he could bring into the side. I'm thinking about Charles Vernon. He's not started a game since his injury against Bromley in March. Does he give Jude Simpson-Bell a game? There's Jaden Sweeney, who's been on the periphery in recent times. So he does have possibilities, but I guess he'll want to continue in the vein that they're in at the moment, and they've been absolutely superb in recent weeks. And it is important, in my opinion, to continue this momentum to go into the playoffs with belief and confidence.
Craig, from the point of view of what you do, it's a tricky situation to consider, isn't it, the pros and cons? Because as Mike was saying in commentary, depending on results, Grimsby could be as high as 4th. That will have a significant bearing on how their playoff campaign goes. Or do you, as Matt said, not risk subjecting a player that you know is important for your playoff battle to an injury? It's a tricky situation to work out what's best, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think maybe in terms of someone like Cookie, who's an older player, might be someone that could get rested in that situation. But we were talking on the way up, and I think momentum is massive. He can change a lot of the team around today and get beat quite comfortably, and that will affect the confidence moving forward. So I do expect a couple of changes, but I don't expect wholesale changes, because I think it's important that we can carry on that momentum into the playoffs. And like you said, we need to finish as high as possible to try and get that advantage of home advantage in the second leg. So
it'll be interesting when we get the team to see what happens, but I'm expecting a strong side that they're going to have today.
And we'll get that team news live here on BBC Radio Humberside. Craig, what's the mindset of a player like in this position? Clearly, at the moment, in many regards, Tranmere have more to play for because they're fighting to remain in League Two, and that doesn't just affect the way you play next season, that affects a lot of other things financially, people's jobs at a football club. But what's the mindset of the Grimsby Town players like for this one? Is there a danger that you put all of the energy into last week? You might be a little fatigued going into this game?
No, I think it's. I think every game you go into, concentration and ready for the game. We're prepared well, like they always do. All the pressure is on Tranmere. So if you can manage to get an early goal today, it could be a very hostile place for them to play. So there's no pressure on us. We can go out there and enjoy it, but do a job and do it right. So it's like I say, we've got something to play for, and that's finishing as high as possible in the table. So all the pressure's on Tranmere. It's going to be full house here today. It should be a really entertaining game and a great atmosphere. So it should be an interesting 90 minutes, and we're looking forward to the game.
James have sold over 10,000 tickets for this one today, and they are very, very edgy around here. Just looking at the behaviour, the body language of the stewards. They've been a bit techy with us already on our way into the ground. You can tell there's so much at stake. They've been in the National League of Tranmere. They don't want to be going back there.
Indeed. We'll get the team news live here on BBC Radio Humberside Sport Live as soon as it breaks. Well, let's put that question to David Artell. Is he considering changes for the trip to Tranmere?
We went through a period where we were constantly making changes. Why? Because we felt that one, we're picking a team to win the game. That's the bottom line. But also we've got to manage certain people, certain individuals. Whether that's form, whether that's because they play consecutive 8 games, 18 games, etc. We're used to it. There's also the fact that this player was better against this opposition, this player in the opposition. So there's all them considerations. That's been the case all season. I know we didn't change the team for Swindon. I think that's the first time in a while. You probably do know these. I don't. Because we don't look at that. We take individual games on merit, and we look at lots of things like fatigue and form and stuff like that. But it's the first time in a while that we haven't changed the team.
And one player who's kept his place in the team is Clark Adore just recently. Yeah. He's not let you down, has he, since coming in at Crawley? It was 6 months between his first start and his second. What changed?
Nothing. Nothing, truthfully, nothing. If you said to me, one of the best pros, this is not to the detriment of all the others. If you said to me, could I have what epitomises these players, and said Tyler Warren and Clark Adore, because whenever they've been called upon, they have been bang ready, absolutely bang ready. And it is difficult, if you're not playing on Saturday, players want to play on Saturday or Tuesday, and it's difficult, certainly after 6 months.
How unusual is it then to find pros like that?
I wouldn't say it's common. I'd say because usually need a game or two to get back up to speed or whatever it might be. In Clark's case and Ty's case, although Ty's played a little bit more anyway. In Clark's case, he trains properly every day. He's like an outstanding professional. I think it might have been Cheltenham, did it? Cheltenham Way, did you say Crawley? It was his first start, was it? He come on at Cheltenham. It was Cheltenham. He won at Cheltenham Way. And I can remember one of the lads said after the game, going around with anything to ask, one of the lads said, between the Clark and around the pool, I thought you were outstanding, come on. And we all do him a Clark. And it might sound a bit, I don't know, but whatever the word is, to give someone a Clark for coming on and being ready to play football. But the players know how difficult that is. And that's because he trains properly. He's an outstanding professional.
That's David Artell talking to Matt Dean. Will he make changes for Grimsby Town's final game of the regular season at Tranmere Rovers this afternoon? We're about to find out. confirmation of that Grimsby Town team news is due in about 9 minutes' time in the early stages of Hull City's game here at the NKM Stadium, where it's one apiece between the Tigers and Norwich City. Norwich actually took the lead through Traore, and then 2 minutes later Hull City equalising through a McBurney penalty. But right now, the way the results are panning out, it will be Derby that will be in the playoffs for the end of the season, with Hull City missing out. The Norwich players are back out on the pitch. We're just awaiting for the first signs of the Hull City players. So the coaching staff are on the pitch. Whether then we might see a substitute with some paperwork being handed to one of the match officials. Don't forget, after the game, whatever the result, whatever the permutations, whatever the final outcome, we'd like to hear from you here at Humberside Sport Live. You can text 81333, start the message with the letters RH. You can WhatsApp 08000 321 333, as Ivor Panda is the first of the Hull City players to return to the pitch for the second half. The Hull City players about to come back out. So let's bring you what could be historic, momentous second half here at the MKM Stadium. It's Hull City against Norwich, but the game's elsewhere having a huge effect as well. Second half commentary from former Hull City player Peter Swan and Mike Weiss.
Well, thanks, Jim. A couple of changes at half-time as well. It's the two wide players that are coming off for Norwich. Magoma and Gibbs on, Forson and Ahmed, I think, are going off. And City are going to make a change as well. We're going to see John Egan come on to be replaced by Paddy McNair. Is there still anything in terms of injury there, Swanee, or anything with how Egan was playing?
No. Probably someone like McNair that's probably a bit more mobile, that can probably step into the midfield if needed.
Yeah. They've been caught together.
I wanted more from him. Yeah, well, I thought about that in this time break.
Thoughts from Sergei Kirovich after the game. The other two games have already got underway, so we are going to be a few minutes behind those in terms of Derby and Wrexham's.
I've just seen a shock
situation.
A shock squad. Well, Sheffield Wednesday beating West Brompton. They haven't won in 40 odd games. Didn't Jim say to me before that things are going to change at some point? And I said it didn't at Sheffield Wednesday, and now they're winning 2-0.
Madness, isn't it? Absolute madness. Thanks to Darren in the studio as well, who's just notified me there's going to be at least 3 minutes of injury time in the second half for Derby County due to a stoppage there, so that might just bring it a little bit closer and back into line with this one. But Wrexham and Middlesbrough finished early in that first half. And Slater just took a kick there in the centre circle. It's just a bit slow getting back up, isn't he? He's looking a bit uncomfortable. Hopefully just one of those that you need a minute or so just to work off properly. He's looking very uncomfortable right now, though, as he hobbles back into position. Miller on this left-hand side. I'll go through the two teams for you in just a second, where there's been some changes. Hughes has shifted over to that right side of the two centre halves, and there on this left side. Ball played down that right touchline in front of the east end. City attacking towards the north, right to left as we look at it, in those amber shirts with the black shorts and amber socks. Regan Slater still just trying to work off whatever was troubling him, Swanee, minute and a half in to this second half.
You'd expect adrenaline to get you through.
You would expect so. City made 3 changes going into it, with Hughes, Bellumi and Slater returning to the side. Lundstrom and Ajayi dropped down to the bench, and no Elliot Matazo, of course, as we all wish him well on his what's going to be recovery from a second ACL injury in his other leg this time. Really horrible situation for Elliot Matazo. City have got a throw-in, which Bellumi's going to take from that right-hand side.
Still wobbling Slater, isn't he?
He is, yeah. Comfortable. Bellumi gets a good launch on that one. It's headed clear by McConville. Slater tries to get there. Not the play you wanted to be chasing after that, given what we've just said, and it allows Gibbs, one of the substitutes for Norwich, to play it away. And goes all the way through to Ivan Pando. Coyle's going to drive this one forward. Headed forward by Fisher, picked up by Matson, the number 7 there, captain. He's been really good, Matson. I want to go through him. And then the Tigers get it back, and here's McNair. Feeds it to this near side to Miller, who's got room to get forward. So it's positive. From that recently. Miller gets the ball into the head of McBurney, who hasn't quite gambled. I'm not sure he actually could have got there anyway, but it runs to the keeper. Kovacevic lets it in. Norwich one.
That's what we were saying there. Miller not trying to get the ball out to him. That's what he can create there. And I think when he didn't start too early from McBurney, who thought he was probably going to try and beat his fullback. He didn't. He got level with him and whipped around him, and that's McBurney didn't see it until too late and couldn't set off on his run there. But he did clap him, thinking, yeah, I should have gone and took a gamble earlier.
Norwich possession at halfway. They're in their away kit. I'm almost loath to say it because the minute I put another team's name in my head, and I'll say, but to give you the picture, it's Forest Green to Plymouth like.
Yeah,
with the white shorts and green socks. I'll try not to call them Plymouth for the rest of the second half. Here's a chance maybe for Norwich into the area with Matson. Holds the ball up, plays it back, man on the edge of the area, opportunity perhaps for Magoma, on his left, on his right, back on his left, sends the ball into the box and a powerful header, and it's wide from Ben Slimani, frightened a couple of young fans just below me with the raise of voice there. There'll be edginess and anxiety and nervousness all the way around this stadium for the remainder of this second half with what's going on elsewhere as well. BBC Radio Humberside, Hull City 1, Norwich City 1. Let me give you that Tigers team then with those three changes that were made. A change at half-time, McNair on for Egan. So it's Pander in goal, Coyle, Hughes, McNair and Giles. Crooks and Slater, the two central midfielders. Crooks got treatment in that warm-up before the first half. Gelhardt further forward of that. Balumi and Miller, the wide players, and McBurney up front. The bench, Phillips, Lundstrom, Ajayi, Hirakawa, Joseph, JB, Dowell, Kumas, and as I said, McNair already on. Norwich goal kick, which Kovacevic will take. They've got Jack Stacey, Rory McConville, Josie Cordoba, Kellen Fisher, the back four. They've made a couple of changes as well, but Pelle Matson and Jacob Wright, the two central midfielders, Ben Slimani further forward. And Magoma and Gibbs are on now. Seems like Gibbs is going to play actually. They're shifting things around. Now he's playing on that left hand side, and then it's Torre up front, offside there against Balumi.
Yeah.
And the flag goes up. Their remaining bench: Grimshaw the keeper, Darling, Field, Schlupp, Kavis-Goran, Springer and Mundell Smith. The referee is Josh Smith of Peterborough. His seventh City match of the season. Before you ask, no, I didn't check.
Yeah, don't know what his
record was. Sorry. Can City get the vital goal they need with everything as it stands? Derby leading 1-0, Wrexham 2-2 at Middlesbrough. The way the goals have been going in there, you feel that might not stay like that, Swanee. But keep an eye on all of them. We've got feeds of the commentaries at our sister stations at Derby and Radio Wales as well. We'll bring you any highlights or goal action from that as and when it happens. And we'll get the Grimsby team news for you in just a second. Cross is going to come in, right, bounces through into Pandor, and he's looking for the quick restart. He'll go for it. We'll bring you that Mariners team news in just a second with Matt Dean at Prenton Park. The Mariners against Tranmere, looking to finalise their last position or final position to see who they'll face in the playoffs, as Miller has his ankle clipped there. Made it easy for him to go down. Wasn't the foul as such, but it was enough with the attention to give City a free kick, which they want to get on with. 52 minutes gone here on BBC Radio Humberside Sport. Dean Holden down there looking on. No Sergei Kirovic in the dugout or the technical area. He's got that touchline ban, which unfortunately means he can't take part in the lack of appreciation afterwards, a quirk in the rules regarding touchline bans. A lot of fans not happy about that. The club, I'm not sure, of feeling best pleased either. City free kick, midway inside the Norwich half. 10 in from the left touchline, and it's Giles who's over it. Giles delivers it in, curling one into McBurney. McBurney with a touch. What a save from the keeper. Kovacevic dropped down at full stretch and tipped that one away, and Norwich managed to keep it in as well. And he's played, and it goes out for a City throwing it halfway. In fact, it's a Norwich throwing it halfway. They've taken it quickly. Referee's going to bring it back. While it's brought back, let's get that headline team news. Grimsby Town at Tranmere on the final day of the League 2 season. Matt Dean.
And it's 4 changes, Mike, from the team that overcame Swindon a week ago, 4-0. Dropping out of the side, Staunton, Rogers, Cabia and O'Toole. Rogers dropped out of the squad completely. Coming in, Swindon, Burnham, Walker and Warren. Grimsby Town here at Tranmere Rovers on the final days, coming up at 3 o'clock.
Craig Disley alongside Matt Dean for that one. Our second commentary of the day as the Tigers try and get back in. I'll get Swanee's thoughts in just a second on that big opportunity for Ollie McBurney as the Tigers win the ball back at halfway. Here's Giles. Got Miller in support, who has to come short for him. Giles continues to make his run. Miller turns away from a challenge, goes down. Referee says no foul this time. Ollie McBurney, Swanee denied by Kovacevic.
Yeah, great ball in the box in first place. And Giles, what I said, whipped into a great area. McBurney got himself across the defender, got a slight touch, and he thought he'd probably done enough to put it past the keeper, but the keeper full straight round it out to the left-hand side. Great save, all good football in the end there.
There's Norwich at the other end, big cross in towards Toure, and he heads it up and away, and out for the goal kick. And there's applause and some songs there from City fans away to our left-hand side, and it is for Martin Chadburn, who's been reported in the news, lost his life a couple of weeks ago, and City fans acknowledging and paying respects to Martin. Our thoughts go to his family and friends at this incredibly sad time, and fans here at the MKM Stadium acknowledging that as well. Norwich will put that ball out for a throw-in. City ball. Coyle has it, 25 yards out, in towards Gelhardt. Needs something more. We said from City it wasn't exactly a great performance, it was more the jeopardy, the atmosphere swung in that first half. We've had that big moment with Ollie McBurney, but they need to do more now, don't they? They've got to step it up a little bit here now.
Yeah, but that one from the playoffs. And like I say, Andor's playing the long ball, straight down the middle, open, McBurney's going to there. You can see if he's there or not.
Yeah.
Nowhere near.
Cracking free kick from Giles, though, wasn't it?
Quality.
So McBurney's opportunity. Keeper did well, because he was kind of wrong-footed a little bit at first, wasn't he? Just trying to... He had to judge where McBurney was going to go with it. He got it the wrong side of the keeper, or the other side of the keeper, and a ball played forward. Now Norwich into the area, maybe a chance for them, and City have to defend it, and they do, and they play it away. Good work and good covering to deny the opportunity.
McNair wanted to saw the danger.
Yeah.
Coyle did just enough there, just had hold of his arm as he went in there. Having hold of his arm there just took him off balance when he tried coming back in outside. That allowed then McNair to get in and get the clean things up.
The first half atmosphere we had has just lulled a bit, hasn't it? You can sense a bit of nervousness now from the fans as Crooks and Miller try and break down the left side. Crooks goes down, Miller couldn't control it, and Norwich City get the ball back again. Southampton are 2-0 up at Preston, Millwall 2-0 up against Oxford. The league table as it stands, I'll give you the important stuff first. City currently in 8th on 71 points, Wrexham on 71 points. Both have scored 69 goals. Wrexham have conceded 65, City 66. Here's Norwich maybe with Toure at the left-hand side. Chance on the left, and that one is skied over the crossbar and out into the south stand. City goal kick. You've then got Wrexham, as I said, Derby above them. They're in that coveted 6th spot, 72 points. Then it's Middlesbrough. Southampton moved above them right now because they're winning. Middlesbrough drawing, of course, against Wrexham. Millwall in 3rd, Ipswich 2nd, and Coventry already know the top team as the league champions. It will be Ipswich that will join them in their quick return back to the Premier League. Panda with the restart, in all purple. Magoma flicks it away towards that Norwich left. It goes out in front of the East Stand for a Tigers throw-in. City won the meeting between these two teams back in November. Again, if you remember, Swanee, that first half, Norwich, who were in all kinds of trouble back then. They were in the bottom 3. Fans were unhappy. There was a lot of apathy, but Norwich could have been about 4-0 up at half-time.
I was talking to a couple of Norwich fans walking in from the car park, and I was saying, "Can you remember your first game?" And I said, they've a massive change. I said, they weren't really playing that bad. They just never had the looks and breaks. I said, against us,
Should have been 3 or 4 by half time. So if that had gone in, your season could have started from then.
Yeah,
but it didn't.
They were a side bereft of confidence, and it was showing with the chances they were missing.
Yeah.
Some big players in their side. Josh Sargent, who's no longer there anymore, among them, is they're going to finish above mid-table, just outside of the playoff places. Lost their opportunity with that 1-1 draw against Swansea last week. As Galhart thrown to the ground. And there's been a goal in the game between Derby County and Sheffield United. Sheffield United have equalised. Here comes City. Miller to Giles, tries to get the cross. Space just ran out for him. But Sheffield United have equalised against Derby. So that changes it again. Now Wrexham move back into the 6th place spot. City, on goal difference alone, are in 7th, as the Tigers are going to make a couple of changes. And it's going to be Dowell and Joseph coming on. Balumi will go off.
Gellart for me as well. Looks like it.
It will be Joe Gellart. You said just not got into it today, Swanee. He did really well, didn't he, to win the penalty. So he's had a big contribution in the game. But as far as the overall, 60 minutes or so?
Right, here we go. Full pace.
Right.
Pedal to the metal.
Some fans wanted to see Carl Joseph start. Sergei not opting for that one, but this perhaps is his plan B. And there, now, City fans just getting word that Sheffield United have equalised against Derby County. So all of a sudden Derby dropped down to 8th place. We'll bring you commentary of that one shortly. Paint the picture for you, live the action with the help of our sister stations, BBC Radio Derby and Radio Wales as well. It's BBC Radio Humberside, live at the MKM Stadium on the final day of the Championship season, and City at the moment are still on the outside looking in, but it's 1-1 here. Wrexham are 2-0 against Middlesbrough, and there's more twists on the way, you have to think. Ultimate Kovacevic in that mint goalkeeper kick. Cut out by Slater, wins it back, gives it to Crooks, flicked off by Dowell. Miller has some attention, turns away, got Charles in support down this left side. Once again, an early ball in, defended by Norwich, and played away from the edge of the box. And Crooks just got out of position there, and that allows Stacey to take it up to halfway, then plays it forward to Torrey. Looks like he might have been offside. McNair's slipped. Torrey breaks away, right-hand side, turns it back in field. And City are there to recover. Good work from Dowell, and now the Tigers can try and come forward again. It was Cannon who equalised for Sheffield United, but we'll bring you that as soon as we can. I think there's been another goal for Sheffield United, so that keeps Derby out of it. So plenty going on there. It's now all eyes on either the Wrexham, well, maybe not. Maybe that was the equaliser for Sheffield United. We'll get it to you as soon as we can. It's still 1-1 there, my apologies. Here's Miller. Now Slater. Slater wanting to feed McBurney, might be Dowell instead, gets it out the edge of the area, he's got some support. Joseph cuts inside, tries to poke it through, and he's defended away as far as Coyle. Coyle curls across in towards McBurney with a header, just with a bit of attention around him, he just floats towards the keeper, and it's a Norwich ball. Rolled out towards that left-hand side. Chased down by Joseph. Thrown out from here, back it was thrown out, even on the far side, it appeared to be. Crooks is beat as a man steps away from him. Here comes Wright, striding forward. Support on the right side with Stacey. 1-1 here. City can't afford to concede now. Stacey tries to get the cross in. Giles gets a touch, a little deflection. Dowell trying to get in there. Crooks nicks in and pinches it. Then played to this left side, tried to set Miller away, but couldn't get it. The tired pass by Crooks, but did look it, didn't it? Ball forward up towards the edge of the box, defended by McNair. McConville. McBurney gets in there, does enough to put him off. Miller, tried to let it run out, and it was actually kept in by Norwich, and will roll through for a goal kick. City want to get on with it quickly. Let's bring you that goal at Pride Park. Sheffield United equalising against Derby. It's changed it all again.
Knock it back. A back pass by Ward. Here's Harmer. Lays it back. It's Bamford. It's square. It's a chance. And it's in. United have the equaliser, and it was a gift.
gift for Sheffield United. It may be a gift for the Tigers if they can capitalise on it. City need either a Middlesbrough goal to go in front of Wrexham, or do the jobs themselves and get a goal here to go in front for the first time this afternoon and put themselves back into that final playoff spot. Final day drama, we said before, and it's why we love it. It's why it ages you as well. As Miller's going to play a through ball down that left channel into McBurney, who just peels away, needs some support, got some attention around him, takes it into the corner, gets a little shove, and then faces up and wins the throw-in. Great work from McBurney.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get clipped as well, but he was coming just on the edge of the box in between the corner of the box. I thought he'd just like the lad that's come across in there, and if he'd touched him, it would have been a penalty. But here we are, throwing it to the corner flag area. Miller's trying to launch one in here, and he's a bit closer, I think.
Yeah, he is close to that corner flag. It's just simply, what was mentioned earlier, the holdings are quite tight up. He's got about a 2.5 step runner, throws it in, doesn't meet the first man, and it's volleyed away. Slater hooks it back into the box. McNair out to the left hand side. Can Miller get there first? The keeper comes out and drops on it, and it remains 1-1. Swanee, how you feeling?
Not too bad. Just feel like one big push, I think.
Oh, one ball forward. Actually, Norwich are going to try and get on this with Gibbs, and they'll get there. Back to you.
I feel like we will create something.
Yeah.
It's elsewhere that, you know, it's out of your hands, but we, as I said at the start, it's important to make sure you get your job done and not go home today thinking if we'd have only got 3 points today, we'd have been in the playoffs. It's important for that.
Yeah.
To take his mind off what's going on elsewhere. We can be doing that up here, they won't down there. But we'll get a feel of it if there is a goal. I think they know they need to score.
Yeah, word will be getting out there, won't it? And it might change how they go about it. Miller is going to play in Giles down this left-hand side. Josie's making a run into the box, but too many green shirts in the way. They'll get themselves a corner. Giles looks to the sky, exasperated. He's just checking his left knee there, Swanee.
Listen to that atmosphere.
And there has been another goal at Pride Park. A corner for City here. Sheffield United lead Derby County by 2 goals to 1. Right now, that takes Derby out of the equation. All focus on this and in North Wales, but this corner for the Tigers presents an opening perhaps for City to get in front. McNair will take it, puts a corner in, and it was Joseph who had a go at it, but under pressure heads it into the North Stand, and it's a goal kick to Norwich City. We're approaching the final quarter of the game, maybe the final quarter of this season for the Tigers. If they don't find a goal now, or if Middlesbrough don't score against Wrexham, the season is coming to an end.
Who wants to make a name for themselves?
Plays out there who could do it, Swanee. We've got your McBurney's, Miller who's trying to close down the keeper here, McConville. The keeper not in sync there. Slater gets a foot in. Is that going to be a Tigers throw? It is. So much drama, so many nerves. I was talking to some fans at half-time who were really feeling edgy about it. Some still feeling optimistic, but those City fans, particularly in the North Stand, and it's just starting to filter around, trying to get behind their side, trying to draw them in. There's a bit of sun cream going on around some of those stands, beaming down on them on this early Saturday afternoon in May. Glorious. This is end of season football weather, isn't it, Swanee? But it feels so much better with the Tigers goal now. Free kick taken, cross into McBurney! Ollie McBurney may justify the Tigers into the playoffs. We're at the midway point of the second half. It was Croxy's ball into the box, and it simply had to be that man, one of the biggest characters in the Tigers dressing room, and he could just have scored the goal that sent City into the playoffs. Still maybe some drama to come, but they're doing their job, and it's McBurney that's done it. You need big players in big moments, in big games, and that, let me tell you, that is a big goal. Hull City 2, Norwich City 1.
What's a finish, Mike? What's a finish? Decent ball in. I think it was Crooks that got the header back in. And he took a gamble. He always gambles. Good strikers are always on the move. He has been on a couple of occasions today where it's not coming to that area, but he made the run across the defender there. and he had to hook it like it took a swing and out volley back across the keeper into the bottom right hand side. Fantastic finish. I'll take a bit of credit for that because I saw it before the game, having his photos taken. As he stood up, I walked into him and he gave me a hug, give me a kiss. I went, go do it, Clay, big fella. Anyway, I will. And he's got the 2.
Take every bit of credit you can, Swanee. Whatever it's done, whatever it needed.
It smelled lovely, like, I don't know how to see it.
Was he very fragrant, was he?
Yeah, it was lovely. And then Jim come up and said, I smell nice. So it might have been off from Ollie's on mine. So it's Ollie's you like, Jim, not me. But yeah, come on now, 22 minutes plus. Wow, now we're looking over the shoulder. I did think there was going to be another big point. We couldn't get a clear chance. We took that now. We cannot let this stuff. We've got to do our job regardless to anywhere else.
Yeah. So at the moment, it is City in 6th. Wrexham drop out 2 points behind. City on 73 points. Wrexham on 71. If it stays like that, City are in the playoffs. Just not for negativity, not for doom and gloom, but for accuracy. If Wrexham score now, they go back into the 6th place spot. We'll keep a close watch on that game. That's where the real focus is now. With Derby losing 2-1 at home to Sheffield United, come on then, we'll just drift away from what's going on there for the time being, unless anything happens to turn this situation around. Ball up towards the edge of the area off a free kick for City. Crooks is offside, and that will be a free kick to Norwich City. We're going to make a change. They're going to bring on Sam Field, the defensive midfielder, shortly. He's coming on for Slimani, who was playing in the 10. Are they just going to switch things around, or will they just drop Field in to that more advanced position? Have a look. See what? Yeah, he just going to sit in there. Yeah, like push right further forward, is it? Yeah, looks like it is. Norwich will take the free kick short. Not sure how much voice I've got left after that goal, but hopefully it all counts.
Hang in there, Mike. Hang in there, lad.
Here's right, ball inside. Maybe some space might open up, and challenging from Carl Joseph. Ball run loose. Miller goes in with a strong challenge. The City can play the way through McNair. A lot of bodies in and around the box just then. McBurney, Toslin, and now Craig Mayman. Maybe an opportunity for Dowell. He's got Miller coming in, tries to play a ball into the box, but too many Norwich players getting back there. Cleared away out to that right side. Dowell didn't know whether to stick or twist there, did he?
No. And they saw the run on it was Miller on this side. He tried finding him earlier.
Ooh, Joseph's just gone in there with a sliding one. The defenders tried to make a bit of it, corner, but the referee's going to call Joseph across, I think, but hopefully just a telling off. Nothing else. Hull City 2, Norwich City 1, and in North Wales it's Wrexham 2, Middlesbrough 2, and that's enough for the Tigers at the moment. And it is a booking for Carl Joseph. It's a bit of a reckless challenge, but not dangerous. He just kind of clipped him, didn't he?
Heat of the moment, isn't it?
Yeah. So a free kick. It's a warm one in West Hull. The temperature's just gone up a little bit as well. With McBurney second of the game. He's 18th of the season, 17 in the league. And the man that was expected to be the one to get him some goals has delivered on that promise, that expectation. And it could be 2 vital goals in the bid to get in the Championship playoffs. Here's Norwich though, midway inside the City halfway right. Flicks the ball into the box. It's Magoma who just runs away, keeps it in, gets away from Giles. Magoma holds it up on his left foot. Infield. An opportunity for Field to try and strike it. It's a tall midfielder. Chipped across this right side to Matson. Out to the right further to Magoma again. Back inside. Matson once more, the blonde-haired captain. Captain for the day anyway, with McLean out of the side. Now back to Magoma again. Matson once more. Curls across in. Oh, wild, reckless clearance there from Charlie Hughes, but effective as far as getting it away from the Norwich man, but out for a corner kick. 2-1 City lead.
This is what we expected, isn't it?
It is. We thought there'd be Plenty of drama and ups and downs, the roller coaster that is the final day of the football season when there's plenty to play for. Norwich corner. Right at the south stand end. Curls across in, referee spotted a foul. Tigers free kick. And that, I've just seen a few more seconds tick off. We're not quite at that stage yet, with what, 17 minutes remaining, plus some added on time to be tagged on as well.
Like another game.
Yeah.
The 18 minutes going to feel like another 90 minutes.
Oh, don't. If City see this through, they will play on Friday night here in the first leg.
Let's get this
done. I'm just letting people know so they know where to go and where to listen. Come on, Mike. You've got to paint the picture, Swan.
Yeah,
You've got to tell them to.
Don't mind it's still wet when it's done.
Giles at halfway for the Tigers. Now Miller. Miller has some support. He's got Slater inside. Just steps away. Now back to Miller. He's forced into his own half where Crooks is waiting. He plays it back to Eva Pandu, who just takes a step back and then launches that ball away. Stumbles as he does so, but gets the ball clear. Joseph's there, just been booked a couple of minutes ago. And Pandu, yeah, well, as I said, he stumbled, didn't I, as he forced that one away.
Is this the plan to have extra length of time after the game? Maybe see what's going on.
Maybe so.
It's normally the keeper that does go down, isn't it?
Fans asking for owner Adrian Ilagella to give them a wave. We can't see him, but the cheers will tell you he's duly obliged. Held a Q&A last night, nothing too controversial to come out. I think there was a feeling going into it, was like, why now? Let's just get into the final game of the season. It's some comments perhaps about Hull FC's future tenure in the stadium. Spoke about the possibility of sponsorship name change for the stadium as well. Seemed to give his back into Sergei Yakirovich at a time where some fans...
Sergei give us away, obviously. He's not here.
There we go. Oh, he's in the director's box, yeah.
He's not on with his feet up watching it.
He's here. He'll be probably not too far away from the owner, I wouldn't have thought. Watching on with that touchline ban. We can still speak to him after the game, though. He just can't go out on the field of play for the lap of appreciation afterwards, as there is... There's fun being had in the North Stand end. There's an inflatable person being thrown around.
Well, if you don't, that's not an inflatable person, Mike.
It is. That's what it is. We've still got this delay at the moment. Even Panda's still just he's getting some treatment. He was trying to turn. He was turning his hip, wasn't he, at one point? And so it's
some time, mate.
Yeah, I think going what you've said.
All the time.
It's still 2-2 in the game between Wrexham and Middlesbrough. There's Panda now on his block, still getting seen to by the physios. Wow, this is great. Let's just bring James Hogarth into this, who's been able to just sit and watch. He'll be taking you all the way through the action for Grimsby Town later on to come their game at Tranmere. So, Jim, what's standing out for you?
I think the intensity of the atmosphere, this is one big talking point, isn't it, about this ground. Today, the fans were asked to deliver, and they've delivered in voice.
They have.
Yeah,
from the first minute, wasn't it?
The rallying call came in, and Ollie McBurney, who said to me last week when I spoke to him, will give you something to shout about. Well, he certainly has with his 2 goals, Swanee, and it's his second of the 2. As Eva Panda's back up now, and play's going to restart shortly. It's second of that goal that sent this place into absolute raptures.
Or I would be indeed if you get another one.
No, I think they'd take that, absolutely. Because that would help the situation then on the goal difference front, Swanee. So even if Wrexham then were to score one, City would still stay in 6th place. So let's be
another 2, it doesn't matter.
Let's be greedy. Let's be greedy. Ball is with Norwich at halfway for Conville. 12.5 minutes left, but there will be a fair few minutes to tag on at the end. We're talking, I figure I would have thought, as far as that stoppage time. Here's Field. Cross to the left side. All played inwards. Magoma. Come on, City alone. Young City fan. Shout out. Trying to encourage their side. So a few Tigers fans still trying to keep the singing going in the North Stand, which is lulled for a moment as they're watching Norwich move the ball around. With freedom, with no real danger at the moment. This might be though, as Hughes has to cut that one out. Ball in from the left-hand side. Field was trying to run on to the end of it. Played away by City. Crooks just drags the arm of Matson. Gives away the free kick.
Any need for that? Not really. They took it short. No drop. Brought it back.
Just brought it back. City 2, Norwich 1. Here on BBC Radio Humberside Sport. You can give us your reaction anytime if you want to send a text. 81333 is the text message number. You must start your message though with the letters RH before you type the rest of your message to make sure it gets through to us on our system. You can get in touch via social media, X at Humberside Sport. Norwich free kick. Now it is played short. Then it's going to be floated into the box, through the box, and out for a goal kick. 2-1 Tigers lead.
Yeah, just let him nothing ball in the box on it. So as soon as he struck it, he always knew it was going to be over it. So as long as nobody went to back and flicked it out from the corner, Randall would get a big shot to leave it. That's exactly what he's done.
As the dueling stand singing begins, North Stand and East Stand making their presence felt. As Panda plays that one away up towards McBurney. Approaching the final 10 minutes of regulation time here on this dramatic final day of the season game at the MKM Stadium.
So tell me again, if we scored again,
yeah,
and Wrexham scored,
City would still be a stable on goal score.
So we need to score again, and that takes the pressure of not waiting for that.
Yeah.
Or the worry of Wrexham
that potentially happening, yeah.
Right with it.
Okay.
Eventually.
Never liked maths at school as the ball's been played away towards that right-hand side. Norwich get it back and give it away to Joseph. Joseph, ball in towards Dowell. Might come back to him, he's just worked off it. One back by City. Through Kyle McBurney's going to have to leave it. And that one goes out for a Norwich throw it inside the final 10 minutes.
And probably.
and then some, yeah. Yeah, well, you'd think so, wouldn't you, with a couple of stoppages that we've had, you'd have to say a good 7 or 8 minutes to be added on. That's if there's nothing more in this final 10. Huge, just shields that one away from the Norwich man. And McNair can play it across to Giles on this left-hand side. Giles up towards Miller. Back to the halfway line. Turns away, has a shirt pulled. That'll be a free kick.
A break dancing Miller there, won't
it? Is that going to be Miller's final action? He sits down, takes his time, looks as though he's races run Swanee, doesn't it? Shafford has given everything in it. He has. We've certainly seen over the last few weeks he's got that positivity back, and it is. And it will be Kumas that will come on for Liam Miller, and many City fans around us get to the feet to applaud him as he does so. Liam Miller goes off, gets hugs and handshakes from those allowed in the technical area. And Norwich have made a change as well. It's going to be Chris Goran on for Torre, who goes off. City with a throw-in, left-hand side, leading by 2-1. And at the moment, they will be a playoff side. The first leg on Friday, a near miss for Wrexham. Josh Windus over the bar. We'll maybe bringing that shortly. Giles going to get across into McBurney, looking for a hat-trick. Couldn't shake the attention of the defender and puts that one towards the keeper. Norwich going to roll it out quickly. Drama in North Wales.
We're just having a wrestle there, wasn't they, McBurney with the centre half as it come in, he couldn't get no power and got some contact on it, but not the power he was looking for.
No. Here comes Matson striding forward there. The goal now would change things again City just have to hold on to this lead as it stands right now.
How many Norwich fans, how many Norwich players at home fans?
Yeah, it's thrown in from that right side. City played away. McBurney tried to shield it from McConville, but Dowell gets it. Now McBurney, he's going to send Kumas chasing after it. You know Kumas will get there with his pace, holds the ball up, wins a throw in. Good work from him, 7 minutes left around that time.
McBurney there, he'll wait for Kumas to get another 2 or 3 yards up the field. Know he's got the pace, know he's got the beating of the fullback, and just waiting and just playing an extra long ball in there, knowing that Kumas will use both of his legs and get there. Great ball.
Giants with a throw in. Looking to see who's around. Dowell came for him. Norwich have got 3 players shielding around Kumas, so Giles goes behind to Slater. Into Giles again, tight on that touch line. And Norton goes out for a Norwich throw-in. And there was drama, and it was close at the racecourse ground. Let's take you to our colleagues at BBC Radio Wales. Oh, we haven't got that, my apologies. We can't take you there. Here comes Gibbs. I'll tell you if there's any goals there, though. There's a ball played down the right-hand side. It's going to be squared into the box. Coyle will play that one away. That drama I was telling you about with Josh Winters putting over the crossbar. Crooks in towards Kumas. Crooks looks as though he's struggling now, Swanee as well.
Yeah, Lundstrom looks like ready to come on.
Yeah, it's getting ready, and that will be City's final change for the closing stages of this. Hull City 2, Norwich City 1. It's enough right now. But it's got to be seen through. Cross-field ball from left to right, goes through the City area. And out for a Tigers throw-in, and that should allow City to make the change, and it will be Lundstrom. We'll find out afterwards what the issue with Matt Crooks was. Hopefully nothing. And he's played, 85 minutes of the game, but you can see he's certainly labouring now, can't you?
Yeah, he's tired.
Possibly that's just tiredness, yeah. It was a concern. And the change not being made just yet. They're going to make the final change with Mundell Smith as well. Throwing is taken by Norwich, volleyed away by Giles up towards halfway. 5 minutes remaining of normal time. Here's Cordoba. It's with McConville. Norwich looking for an opening. Found a couple of gaps at times, so City can't switch off whatever they do. There's an equaliser for Norwich, and he takes it away from them, snatches it from them once more. Falls on the left-hand side, crosses it in, a little flicked header, and that one goes out for a goal kick, and that should allow the changes to be made.
It's like where from the angle where's that flick gone?
Yeah. Just concerned for a second. Mundell Smith, Errol Mundell Smith is a England under-20, made his senior debut against the Tigers in the meeting at Carrow Road on the 1st of November. And it will be Matt Crooks that goes off to be replaced by John Lundstrom, and again, Tree, his nickname, as the fans applaud him off the field. And there will be 5 minutes of added on time at Wrexham. We've still got about 3 minutes left here of normal time before we can even get in to stoppage time.
That will put us in a position where we will know what's going on.
Yeah. Exactly what we thought might end up happening. Here's Lundstrom, there's his first touch. 24,616. A sellout crowd here at the MKM Stadium as the ball's worked back to Pandor. Pandor strikes it long, but Burnley has to leave it. Joseph was trying to chase after it, but it was headed away by Cordoba, who then has to volley it away. Slater wins it back, comes back to him for a second attempt. Dowell loses out, and maybe Norwich could try and push down that left-hand side with Field. They're just playing the season out for pride now. That will stop them wanting to be party poopers here at the MKM Stadium. Can they spoil it for the Tigers? Coyle goes in with a challenge. It runs loose to Matson. Coyle continues to close him down. He gets it free to McConville. Then to this left-hand side to Stacey. Lost step away there from Mundell-Smith, gets away from Giles, cross ball into the box, doesn't meet McNair, and he concedes the corner. And there's 2.5 minutes left of normal time.
Yeah, got past Giles a bit too easy there, but McNair, let's say, in a great position at full stretch to just make sure the ball goes out from the corner.
10 minutes added at Derby, who trailed 2-1 against Sheffield United. Right now, Derby a non-factor, but it could all change with quick goals. We'll not count on anything yet. Gibbs is going to take this corner for Norwich. Attempted volley, but the referee spotted a foul on a couple of City players. One of them, Ollie McBurney, who's 2 goals right now, is sending City into the playoffs. 12 months from just surviving in the Championship on goal difference. And 12 months later, they could be a playoff side. Football this one.
Kiefer Moore's just had a great chance, saved the pass. Wrexham. That 3 minutes to go down there at Wrexham and Middlesbrough.
Again, a goal there would change everything if it stays like this. But a City goal now would just make it more comfortable. We're still about a minute and 15 seconds away from the board going up to tell us what added on time will be here, and there will be a fair bit. Kumas thought he won the throw-in, doesn't get it, and it's with McConville. McConville strides forward. Hull City 2, Norwich City 1 in the Championship on BBC Radio Humberside, and maybe the season's not over yet. Joseph's been beaten down that left-hand side. Shot attempted, blocked by Coyle. Maatsen runs in into the area, needs to be careful. City, nothing silly, and they got away with a challenge. It sees Dowell come away with it, and then he's dispossessed. And now Norwich can come again with Magoma turned inside. McBurney wins it back, and then Joseph tries to drive it downfield. He kind of sliced that one time on my goal shots that, and then for a throw-in. Final few seconds of regulation time. Still Wrexham 2, Middlesbrough 2.
Minute and a half left at that game.
Once that finishes, it's then just about City getting the job done here. Ball played inside to McConville. He's 15 yards inside the City half. 6 minutes of added on time. 6 minutes for City to keep their season alive and secure a playoff place. Norwich still have possession. The Tigers, it's been a big back to the walls. They've not been able to get out, and the fans respond.
Absolutely fantastic.
They've done what was asked of them. Get behind us, lead us to victory. Ball's going to be played into the box, too deep, and runs out for a City goal kick.
40 seconds at Wrexham Middlesbrough game,
and it's still 2-2 there. What is remaining in these final 5 or so minutes for the Tigers?
No good for the blood pressure.
City have just tweeted, 6 minutes added, breathe everyone. I'm not sure many can. There's a lot holding the breath around us. Some fans can't stay. The tension, the nerves has just got too much. I'm not sure you can. Maybe it's a break, break. I think it is. It's a lot of nervous.
Keep Norwich another chance.
It's 2 big chances in stoppage time. Joseph goes up for one, heads forward. Norwich get it back again. Play through to Gibbs. Gibbs peels away to that left-hand side. So fielding support. Here a chance to try and get a cross ball in. Laid back to Field. Cross comes in, headed away by Hughes. And it's full time at the racecourse ground. Wrexham 2, Middlesbrough 2 is how it's finished. Now City just need to see this one out. Errol Mundell-Smith turns it back right side of the area. Cross ball in. Coyle misses the attempted clearance. He swings. And Dowell, in fact it was Slater I should say, just keeps it in from going out. So to confirm, Wrexham 2, Middlesbrough 2, it's how it's finished. City lead 2-1 here, and it is a playoff place as it stands. Norwich trying to push for an equaliser though, to go out on a high. Attempted shot, blocked, runs to Errol Mundell-Smith. Tries a shot, flies into the outstand. 4 minutes left of added on time, and that just shaves off a few more valuable minutes. There are cramped legs out there. Regan Slater trying to stretch out.
His cramped legs up here.
It's now down to City seeing the job through. Can they do it? 10 years since they were last in the Championship playoffs. They got promoted to the Premier League that day, or that season, with a moment of magic from Mo. It could be a moment from McBurney too, in fact, that sees City finish in the playoffs. He's won himself a free kick with the...
You could have read that. I could have told you before that had happened.
Most theatrical of drops to the floor, but it was contact enough from Norwich to concede the free kick. 15 yards inside the Norwich City half on this left-hand touchline. Dean Holden and the rest of the coaching staff, the ones who are permitted to be down there, they're just bouncing around. You can see the tension, and listen to those City fans again getting behind their side. This is why we love it. We are on the verge of having all three of our football sides in the end of season playoffs, and you can follow every dramatic, exciting, nervous, tense moment of it, and hopefully successful moments here on BBC Radio Humberside Sport. Grimsby Town to come as we find out where they finish in League Two, but all eyes, all focus right now here at the MKM Stadium as Norwich have a throw-in. Flicked on, Mondle Smith can't get there, Shoes comes across, back in the side, having been out for a few weeks dealing with that double hernia, but you think perhaps it's been performances that Sergei decided to leave it. Matt Crooks will get booked for that. He'll get booked for just kicking the ball away as it came into the dugout. Referee's going to come across Josh Smith, and it is a booking, which is booking number 13 of the season, but you'll be pleased to know it doesn't roll over into the playoffs.
I bet he gets booked when he gets home.
Sure he does.
That's right.
In Norwich with McGovern, steps in onto his right foot. We've got a minute and a half left at the added on time. McConville, ball into the edge of the box, ball in towards Stacey, body's going in, legs going in, man goes down, referee waves away the penalty shot, goes wide. I think that took a deflection and goes for a corner. They've had a big penalty shot there, Swanee.
Yeah, I don't think it was a penalty, but don't like the thought of this sitting in our box. That took a deflection, probably about 4 or 5 yards from the right upright. That was close.
Yeah.
Could have been closer. They had to deal with this.
Wasn't far off.
Where's McBurney's head that normally clears this?
City now have to hold on. If Norwich score, it's over. Norwich with the corner, left-hand side in front of the southeast section of the stadium. Referee not happy with a bit of pushing and shoving going on in and around the 6-yard box. Hull City 2, Norwich City 1. And they're so close right now. Wrexham and their fans will be looking on anxiously to see if Norwich can do them a big favour. Some fans can't look. Some City fans are looking they're looking away from the pitch. The rest are looking on as this Norwich corner is yet to be taken. Final few seconds of the added on time. City lead 2-1 and the Tigers are close. Ball sent up in the air, Panda comes to collect it, and that could be the moment. That could be the time that City seal their place in the Championship playoffs. It looked lost at one stage last week when they fell out. You wondered if that would be it. That is it, and Hull City are in the playoffs for the first time in 10 years. The Premier League dream remains alive for Sergei Yakirovic's side. 12 months ago, they survived on goal difference alone. 12 months on, and it's a resurgence. It's a new look Hull City side. Sergei Yakirovic and his band of merry men have led the Tigers into the playoffs when all hope looked lost at one stage, when they went behind, when goals were going in elsewhere. They sat in 8th place at times this afternoon, but eventually Ollie McBurney, who so many times this season has been the man of the moment, and 2 goals, 1 from the penalty spot and 1 fine finish in the second half, has led the Tigers to victory. They've denied Wrexham, they've denied Derby, and they've done something that at one stage seemed unthinkable. with transfer embargoes, with transfer restrictions, with questions about finances, with the threat of relegation 12 months ago, with another change of manager. But Sergei Yakurovich has come in and he's turned things around for this side. Some fans are on the pitch, they're trying to encourage them to go off as soon as possible. But scenes of jubilation, and City are a playoff side. They'll be back here on Friday night to take on Millwall for a chance over 2 legs to return to Wembley, a site of so many great moments in this club's history in recent years. And they've got another opportunity to do so again. But enjoy these moments. Enjoy them because they don't come along too often. It's been a long, long wait for the Tigers, but they are a playoff side once again. Hull City 2, Norwich City 1. You can relax, you can breathe, you can enjoy the moment now.
Not being funny, the fans have done that. The fans have got over the winning line there, because they've been absolutely magnificent from the first minute to the last minute. They've been there for them. I said that from that first run, from the closing down, they just help you massively as a player when they're all with you. And I say, coming into today, we're all, can we, can't we? There's so much possibilities one way, going the other way. But to hang in there, like I say, McBurney, absolutely outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. The chances he's taken there when he came across to him there. Let's keep his composure. That's what it's all about. Big players turn up for big games. And that's it now, and he's got 3 more big games to probably come up in, which, fair play to him. The fans on the field, they couldn't help themselves, it's just overflowed. There's been no problems whatsoever. But like I say, if they get back off with the players, they're going to have to come out. Are they going to come out today, Mike? Did you say?
Yeah, they're going to do a lap of appreciation. We'll mix our coverage between now. I mean, it's now just gone 2:30. We'll stay with it. We'll try and bring you some of that before 3 o'clock. We've got our second commentary of the day on the way shortly. Grimsby Town at Tranmere, but scenes, ecstatic scenes here, celebratory scenes. The fans quickly starting to disperse, which is a good thing.
Got to say, all the fans have gone up to the Norwich fans.
Yeah.
And all the Norwich fans are clapping the Hull fans.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
They are, because I was worried at one stage because
you start thinking, don't you, the worst, but they're all applauding them. Fair play to the Norwich fans who've not moved either. They've all stayed.
Yeah. Some of the Norwich fans now having a few less than pleasant words for those City supporters, but wow, what an afternoon. We said there was going to be drama. We said there was going to be a few twists and turns along the way, and we were not.
We got them.
We weren't wrong. We were proven right. It's why we love it. We said it at the start. This is why, when people say, why are you a sport fan? Why are you a football fan? Rugby league, whatever it is. It's days like this. It is. And not even just the success. That's a big part of it. Absolutely a big part of it. But it's just those moments, being able to live in those moments and go on the highs and lows, and you get the good, you get the bad. Today is not just good. It is absolutely brilliant to see what this City side have managed to achieve. When, let's be honest, Swanee, a week ago, we thought the chance had gone.
For it, yeah, 100% I feared for it. And 9 points in there from 7 to thinking, yeah, we can have a couple of blips here and still be okay. But when we had more than a couple, and then you seem to get caught, and then you drop out of it last week, and you start out of your hands. For us to come back and keep the composure, it's going, let's not forget we went 1-0 down today. And we still managed to get us back. So the character that the manager's drilled into this team here is second to none, which will take us into the playoffs now, which is brilliant.
These fans eventually are going to be worked off, and then a few more come on. The one thing I will say, there's a few doing knee slides on there. There's a playoff game to be played on here. Obviously, like I say, you've got a game tomorrow, but if you're a City fan and a City fan alone, maybe think about the fact that your team's got a playoff game. The pitch is looking in great condition now.
It is, isn't it? A lot better.
There's final few Tigers fans have been worked off the pitch before anything else can happen here. But
spectacular. Norwich team as well, they've stood out.
Yeah.
Everybody to go, then they'll go over and see that.
That's what they want to be able to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just go off and acknowledge their fans who have travelled in good numbers on this final day of the season. Their season was already done last week, as one fan is being dragged off a bit more forcefully, not wanting to leave. And
don't smile at young man.
No.
Had a great day.
Exactly. But for the majority here, 24,616 in attendance, have seen Hull City secure their playoff place for the first time in 10 years. Hull City 2, Norwich City 1 is what did it. I'm going to go eventually try and get some reaction. That might take a while by the time they've done the lap of appreciation. We've got another game on the way as well. We may, depending on what happens, hopefully these fans come out soon, we may have to split frequencies to begin with, but at the moment, City fan players should be out shortly, and then we'll have commentary of Grimsby Town's game at Tranmere, already in the playoffs, but they can still finish higher up in the table and decide who they will be playing in the playoffs. As status quo hits the speakers, City are in the playoffs. And it's party time at the MKM Stadium this afternoon. More from Swanee to come. I'll go get some reaction. In the meantime, let me hand you back to James Hogarth alongside us.
Right, thank you very much. What an afternoon. Maybe what a last 45 minutes of the regular season of an afternoon for Hull City. They are in the Championship playoffs for the first time since 2016. Live reaction here on Humberside Sport Live. Certainly for the next 10 minutes or so. We'll try and get reaction from head coach Sergei Yakirovic and from the player as well, not forgetting that in 20 minutes time, Grimsby Town kickoff against Tranmere Rovers. Before we get reaction from Swanee once again, with the time at 2:38, let's recap the team news headlines for Grimsby Town. Well, certainly a dramatic afternoon here at the MKM Stadium. Let's hope for at least half of that at Frenton Park. Grimsby Town already in the playoffs, completing a BBC Radio Humberside hat-trick. They take on Tranmere Rovers this afternoon, watched by Matt D.
And it's 4 changes, James, from the side that overcame Swindon 4-0 7 days ago. Rodgers misses his first league game of the season. He's omitted from the 18 completely. Staunton, Cabia and Odor dropped to the bench. Coming into the side, Sweeney, Vernon making their first starts since March. Walker is also restored. And Warren is making his first start since February, whilst Henry Brown is added to the bench, his first involvement since early September. The Mariners lining with Jackson Smith in goal, back four of Tyrell Warren, Maldini Katsuri, Cameron McJannet and Jaden Sweeney, Gayser David Torrey behind the midfield four of Justin Amalasaw, Kieran Green, Jamie Walker and Charles Vernon with Andy Cook in attack. On the bench, Christy Pym, Rhys Staunton, Jude Bell, Clark Odor, Dara Burns, Jace Cabia and Henry Brown.
Getting you closer to your club. BBC Radio Humberside Sports.
It's really quite hard to hear yourself think this afternoon here at the MKM Stadium as the noise blasts out. Status Quo's Rocking All Over the World is often played here after a Hull City win, but usually the song that's often typified by a significant sporting moment, particularly in football, and that has happened here at the MKM Stadium this afternoon. Hull City will be in the Championship playoffs. They have finished 6th after a dramatic afternoon here for Hull City. We'll try and get live reaction from head coach Sergei Yakirovic as soon as we can. Grimsby Town kicking off at 3 o'clock, and we'll of course have commentary of the Mariners shortly. Let's bring Swanee back in. Swanee, what an afternoon, maybe what the second 45 minutes it became the whole city.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Football's all about the fans, isn't it? I know the players are out there trying to team and get results, but the fans, it's all that's paid the money up and down the country. They've had a great following up and down the country this season. They've had some great away days. We've had those ups and downs, but at the end of the day, it's all down to where you want to get. I say, have the same direction, and that's where we've ended up getting. Like I say, it does balance itself out, even though the scales were a bit wobbly in the last 10 minutes, but it doesn't matter. You get there. And like I say, in the playoffs, it's anybody now in the playoffs. And I'll keep saying it, if we play to our maximum, I don't think we're nowhere near the maximum today. Take the atmosphere out of it, it was just an average game today, but the atmosphere made it. And you take the atmosphere and the ability of the players we've got to the next level into the playoffs, we've got a chance against anybody, whoever we're up against. I say, I'm not unfortunately going to be there, but I'll be sitting in the jacuzzi with a glass of champagne watching it. Don't worry about that, Jim. Home and away, and I said, all being well, back for the final. But yeah, to get to where they are now, from the start of the season, we would never have dreamt this. So that's why it's even more important to enjoy it.
Lovely moment. Oliver Burney with his young daughter, very young daughter, turns to the crowd and comes in here. Let's hear Steve Jordan. Steve Jordan's now about to bring out the players. Let's talk about Oliver Burney. You needed a hero. In the past, you've been with us, and 2026, final game of the season, it kind of had to be Oliver Burney, didn't it?
Yeah, he's been outstanding as always. And it's the sort of player that I said to get him here in the first place was hard enough. Yeah, there's going to be a few clubs interested in the next season, but that's next season. It's all about this season, what he's done for us. How he brings players into the game. Like I said, he's a very awkward sort of player. He's not one that throws his elbows about, but he gets his body position in the right places. He makes great runs. He's very intelligent. He's not the quickest. He's not probably the strongest in the air, but what he does is so effective, and he knows how to play defenders. He knows how which side to get on. He knows how to hold the ball, bring other players in, and get onto his run. Like I said, his penalty was the best good penalty. But his goal, like I say, his movement, and like I say, his goal for the second one, he had another opportunity, not long after that. But yeah, I think it's been a great signing to get him here. Like I say, it's going to be even harder to keep him, but we've still got 3 games left, all being well. And he could be the one that we could talk about getting a winner at Wembley. Whether he does get that winner at Wembley, he's played a massive part in where we are now.
While you stay there, we'll come back to you in a moment's time. Let's see if we can go across to Craig Disney and get your thoughts from Craig and conscious that we need to hear from your expert summariser for Grimsby Town this afternoon against Tranmere Rovers. Craig, I really struggling to hear you over Gala's brief from Desire. I hope you can actually hear me. Number of changes for Grimsby Town this afternoon. Are you surprised by those changes?
No, not really. I think there was always going to be a couple of changes made, and me and Matt were saying, I think he's probably got it about right. So yeah, it's nice to see Charles Vernon come in for his first start. I think he's going to be someone that's going to be very important in the playoffs. So yeah, I think Dave said, he does it game on game, the personnel to win that game. So fingers crossed, we get through today with no injuries or anything like that to the players, and we can have a good performance, take to the playoffs in a high confidence and good spirits.
Charles Vernon particularly, he talked about momentum, not wanting to destabilise momentum by making 2 changes, but you want him to have momentum, so it works both ways, doesn't it, when it comes to team selection, I imagine?
Yeah, absolutely, and I think especially Charles, he's one of our best players on his day, so I think it is important if we get a good portion of game time today to take him into the playoffs. I'm sure there's someone that will be from the Cravens outside mine to play him with that thing. So yeah, hopefully it's a good game today and gets some Wilson good bout, stays injury free and can take himself as the rest of the team into the playoffs with a good friend of mine.
And Matt, Mike says earlier on, it was really hot this game. You might look at it as one final game before you go to the playoffs, but a positive result for Grimsby Town can have a massive advantage and difference this afternoon.
Yes, and I'm just looking away to our left-hand side here at Prenton Park, and there are 2,000 travelling Mariner supporters. They've not come to see their team decrease in their intensity in performance this afternoon. They want to see them go at it full throttle and continue to get another victory, which will be a fourth one on the spin. It will set them up nicely for the playoffs, and there'll be other teams looking at Grimsby thinking, oh, we don't want to be playing them in the end of season shake-up. So, yeah, definitely continue with the momentum, and the feel-good factor would spread into the business end of the campaign.
We'll be back with you shortly. Let's get some final thoughts from Swanee before we allow him to go and try and beat the traffic. Swanee, after the barren month of poorer results, going into the playoffs with this performance, this feel-good factor, he's changed everything on his head, hasn't he?
Yeah, 100%. And all you've got to look at now is, and talk about, is where there was at the start of the season and how well they've done to get to where they are. Forget about the last month. I say they've got over the hurdle, they've got over the hill today, but now they can talk so positive. Like, we've been under the radar for most of the season. No one's talked about getting to the playoffs. No one expected us to get in there. So we can go in there like Norwich have come today, relax. Yeah, it's going to be a massive chance to get back into the Premier League, which they'll all be aware of that. Let's say the contracts have shown that. So it's important, let's say, we'll be all focused on it. The manager has done exceptionally well to keep the team focused with the injuries he's had. And let's say, you name it, he's had all them golden foot. He's on to where they are now. I'm saying 2 games to come. It's anybody's. It's anybody's.
It's hard to pick players to talk about because every single player warrants being spoken about today.
Yeah, 100%.
We've got to talk about Charlie Hughes in defence, playing with a double hurley. It was clearly very much a factor in Sergei Kirovich's thoughts. Now, whether or not he has dropped him for form or whether he's using the injury in terms of his form as more of an excuse, how do you look at his performance this afternoon, playing with that?
I thought he did brilliant today. Going back to the manager, whatever he's done it, if it's for injury or protecting him, it's got us into the playoffs. So the decisions he's made on certain players throughout the season, whether he's played them, dropped them, playing in a different position, most of the decisions he's done right. Yeah, there's been something he's going to get wrong, and he'll know himself. He's still learning his first year in the game over here. So yeah, we can have to use. And it's a gamble he had to take today by starting the blue with Slater and Hughes. That's a gamble you're going to have to take. That's it. 3-4 games left in the season it was. And it's worth taking the gamble. And the gamble's paid off today. And fingers crossed it'll pay off for the next couple of weeks.
Sticking with the idea that Sergei Kirovich's face is across both of the big screens here at the MKM Stadium with the words thank you for your support. Sticking with your theory that he's a genius?
Yes. And it'll prove me right. We'll get to England and we'll get promoted.
Swanee, you're off for the playoff games. We've replaced you with Phil Brown, who knows a bit.
It's not a bad substitute, is it? Ecker in 95th minute, Phil, good luck to him.
So hopefully the next time we see you, rather than being at start next season, will be at Wembley Stadium.
Perfect, it'll do for me. So, deal to be done, Jim.
Enjoy your honeymoon.
Thank you.
You had a honeymoon in Middlesbrough in late December. So the very next.
I'm not going to say I'm not after Middlesbrough this time, don't worry.
Sunderland.
Yes. Cheers, young man.
Have a great holiday.
Thank you. Good luck to everybody.
All the best to you, athletes, as well.
Cheers.
Have a wonderful holiday. Swanee back with us, hopefully, for the final. If ever there was an incentive for Hull City to get to Wembley, it's to present Swanee with a Wembley final to be part of the team here on BBC Radio Humberside. Your message is reaching me as we're still struggling to hear ourselves think. This one from Tim in the Sticks and Tim's wife says, City win and Wrexham win, do we still make the playoffs? Well, it would have been down to goals scored and goal difference. It doesn't matter in the end. Richard East Hull, who signs up the Tigers, blimey. City arose from the ashes today, didn't really see that coming. As said, miracles do happen. In the playoffs again, we do like the players, let's have it. I'm going to have a shandy to say the very least. Thank you very much for that. Russell and Christy listening in Withensea. So listening very nervously in a very busy Withensea. It's 19 degrees here. We were at the MKM Stadium in May 2013 when we had to wait those 15 minutes before other games had finished. Don't want to do that again, Russell and Christy, and we will. In the end, it was Hull City that made the other team's way this time around, as in the added time here, delay here, of the tension to continue
to what he did across 3 days, not just the one here at the MKS Stadium. You can have your say on what has been a phenomenal afternoon here at the MKS Stadium by texting 81333. Start the message with the letters RA. WhatsApp 08000 321 333. Let's try and regain our composure and build up to Grimsby Town's game at Tranmere this afternoon. What David Artella's latest team selection for the game at Tranmere today will be what his thinking is ahead of the playoffs.
One, we're picking a team to win the game. That's the bottom line. But also we've got to manage certain people, certain individuals, whether that's form, whether that's because they've played consecutively 8 games, 18 games, etc. and the body's not used to it. There's also the fact that this player was better against this opposition, this player in the opposition. So there's all them considerations. That's been the case all season. I know we didn't change the team for Swindon. I think that's the first time in a while. You probably do know these. I don't, because we don't look at that. We take individual games on merit, and we look at lots of things like fatigue and form and stuff like that.
And one player who's kept his place in the team is Clark Adore just recently. Yeah. He's not let you down, has he, since coming in at Crawley? It was 6 months between his first start and his second. What changed?
Nothing. Nothing, truthfully, nothing. If you said to me, when I say the best pros, this is not to the detriment of all the others. If you said to me, could I, what epitomises which players, I'd say Tyrell Warren and Clark Adore, because whenever they've been called upon, they have been bang ready, absolutely bang ready, and it is difficult, if you're not playing on a Saturday. Players want to play on a Saturday or a Tuesday, and it's difficult, certainly after 6 months.
How unusual is it then to find pros like that?
I wouldn't say it's common. I would say because usually they need a game or two to get back up to speed or whatever it might be. In Clark's case and Ty's case, although Ty's probably a little bit more regular, but in Clark's case, he trains properly every day. He's like an outstanding professional. If you want to challenge him away. I can remember one of the lads said after the game, going around without anything to ask, one of the lads said, just want to give Clark a massive round of applause. I thought it was outstanding when he came on. And we all give him a clap. And it might sound a bit, whatever the word is, to give someone a clap for coming on and being ready to play football. But the players know how difficult that is. That's because he trains properly. He's an outstanding professional. And that's a credit to him. I can't speak highly enough of him, really.
Would you rule out offering him a deal this summer?
There's a lot of things that go into it, lots of factors. We've got to understand that he's a Bradford player, and if Bradford offer him a contract, they can probably blow us out the water. The fact that he's already on loan at us might suggest that they won't, but we don't know that. They might be looking quite closely at how he's playing.
If he is surplus, then might you be interested?
Well, that's, like I've just said to you, there's lots of factors that go into that. If you tell me that, I don't know, James Maddison was in the market, you'd probably want their contract here. If you said Clark Adore was the best in the market, you would probably offer something. So that's just one, easy sort of thing to sort of suggest that goes into it. It's not as simple as saying yes or no, and
that's fair enough. Even if you may not want to say so at this point, do you have a preference as to who you'd like to face in the playoffs?
No, the truth is no. We're going to try and win the game. I think it's slightly but not significantly advantageous to have a second leg at home, but not hugely. Our away form, certainly against the top 7 is very good. So I'm not worried in that sense. But we'll try and win the game. So if we do get that, and the atmosphere at BP on a Friday night, it would be fantastic. But if we have to play on a Sunday at BP with the atmosphere that we had against Man United and now against Swindon, great, we'll take that.
Some closing thoughts from you. Progress made on all fronts this season. Is there one particular area, though, of improvement that gives you most satisfaction?
I think the consistency now across half a season. We've got 50 points since Christmas. That's a terrific return, like an outstanding return. So the consistency over a longer period, because that's difficult to achieve.
How have you managed that?
It's not a single point to answer that. it's a lot of things, like mindset, like standards, like getting lots and lots of principles in to the players so they understand them naturally, making sure the staff are, you know, on it. I don't think anyone can look at any part of the football club, whether that be the women's team, the foundation, the academy, and say they're not pulling their weight, and that includes the fans. You know, and I feel, people may disagree with it, but I feel that the club is in a great place and they're all pulling in the same direction. And you're a difficult force to stop when you're like that.
David Artell talking to Matt Dean ahead of our second commentary of the afternoon. Kick-off at Trenton Park on the way in 4 minutes' time.
When they're racing across a faraway land, when the clock's ticking and money's dwindling, when you don't know how they'll make it to the next stop.
I can't believe they're so lost.
You got lost going to the supermarket.
It was just that one time.
Nothing brings us together like Brew TV. And the TV licence covers you to watch all TV channels plus BBC iPlayer, so you can enjoy the journey of your favourite adventure travel show. It also funds everything you love from the BBC, including live radio, like this.
BBC Radio Humberside. See you closer to your club. BBC Radio Humberside Sports.
Hull City players still out on the pitch, completing their walk around the perimeter of the pitch, taking the applause from a very, very full and loud northwest corner of this MKM Stadium. Still many of the players out. David Bowie's Heroes blasting across the speaker system. We'll continue the reaction to Hull City's confirmation of playoff status in the Championship at half-time and full-time in his second commentary of the afternoon. Grimsby Town already in the playoffs. We'll find out later who they will face. Excuse me. On the way, commentary of the Mariners and Tranmere with former captain Craig Disley and Matt D.
Thank you very much, James. Here we are then. The final day brings us back to the Mersey's Edge, to the Wirral and Prenton Park at the start of May. Once, of course, the place of heartbreak for Town, where on the final day in 2004, the trapdoor opened to League Two under Nicky Law. But football, like the tide on the docks, has a way of turning back on itself. Its roles reversed today. A win for Town, depending on results elsewhere, relegate their hosts. But it's a mere byproduct in the minds of the Town's players, no doubt. They were chasing either a 4th or 5th place finish with victory necessary to stand any chance of a home semi-final in the second leg of the playoffs. So, same ground as 22 years ago, same coastline, but a very different ending in sight. Somebody, somewhere, Craig Disley, has let off a smoke bomb. We can smell it. Yes, the acrid smell in the air, drifting across Prenton Park. Good to have you with us today.
Thank you for having me.
How are you seeing it?
Yeah, it's a great game to play, and the atmosphere is absolutely outstanding. No pressure on us as a team. We go out there and really express ourselves and enjoy the game of football. So I think we make it very difficult to try and be able to do that today.
4 changes. I'll run you through the lineup in a moment, but what do you think about those today?
Yeah, we spoke earlier. I think it was probably justified. I think it's important to maybe rotate the team a little bit, but also keep that spine and that base of the team that's done so well. So not surprised to see the changes, and hopefully people play well and get through the game unscathed, to go into the playoffs.
Town have kicked us off. We're going left to right in this first half. In the away kit, the blue and red, worn last at Cambridge for that famous night. Surely there was a little pull back there on Tyrell Warren on the right. Correction just in Amelisor. And it will be a Town free kick deep inside the Tranmere Rovers half. A quick run through the sides, beginning with the Mariners. Jackson Smith in goal, back 4 of Tyrell Warren, Aldia Katsuri, Cameron McJanet and Jaden Sweeney. Gesa David Torrey, the holder. And just in Amelisor, Kieran Green, Jamie Walker and Charles Vernon across midfield, and Andy Cook in attack. And here is Vernon over this free kick for the Mariners. Wide on the right-hand side of the Tranmere penalty area. There's plenty of and down from the players in the box, twisting and turning, going one way or the other. Here's Vernon then sweeping a free kick in towards the front post, knocked up into the air, bounces down and cleared away by Taman, who is taken out. It's a free kick for Tranmere, who are in all white with the green and blue trim today. The referee is Martin Coy, from Grantham, lives in County Durham though. Fairly experienced, this is his 9th season as an EFL ref. Ref Town's 3-2 defeat at Crewe in October. That was his last Mariners game. The goal kick, or the goalkeeper, comes out to take the free kick just outside his penalty area. Belts it away downfield into the Town half. McJanet was having his shirt pulled there. Cleared upfield by Tory. And it'll come into the Tranmere half. Laid back to the goalkeeper. And Amanasaur is wrong-footed there by Marco Morosi, and it'll be fired into the Town half, headed out by Katsori. So Morosi in goal for the hosts. They have a back three of Taman, Smith and Negru, Joseph and Bristow on the right and left, Watson and Finley the captain in the middle, Whittaker and Kenner higher up with Woolery up front. And this is Taman laying the ball back through to Morosi. Wide it comes to Negru, and in support here is Bristow to halfway with a pass, and Warren is fouled there by Woolery. That's a Town free kick outside the centre circle. It's a 0-0, just gone 2.5 minutes in the match. Watery sunshine here on the Wirral this afternoon. It's a fairly mild afternoon. Katsori on now towards Cook. First touch, puts it onto his head, and an attempted shot there from Green. It's been fired some distance wide for a goal kick to Tranmere. Craig Disley.
Yeah, it's a decent start for us, hasn't it? Yeah, decent chance with the free kick early on. Just thought there was a chance for Jamie Walker's on the edge of the box in space. I thought maybe we could have pulled it back for a free shot on goal, but no, it's a good start. Obviously, Green in there getting past Cookie and having half a chance. So yeah, positive start.
Nerves very much swirling around three sides of the ground here at Brenton Park. High ball forward from Katsori. Green goes chasing, leaps up into the air, comes down to Cook! He's fired it wide of the far post from at the edge of the penalty area. What a chance that was for Andy Cook to open the scoring.
Yeah, I thought the keeper saved it, to be honest, but obviously he didn't. It's it's a brilliant header from Greeny there. He's got the momentum from the centre half, and he's put it on the plate there for Cookie, hasn't he? I think he was disappointed he didn't score. He struck it well, but obviously just a little bit off target with his strike.
Green did well though, didn't he, to put himself about there to create the opportunity.
Yeah, he's playing a bit higher up. You can see he's in and around Cookie, and he's more of a need to get forward in behind him, and his roles reversed.
Vernon lost one over the top. Green goes after it. The defender Negru gets there first and will play it out for a Mariners throw-in inside the Tranmere half. So a very bright start for Town. Tranmere looking a bit nervy out there, as you would expect. As I was saying earlier on, they could be relegated today. They need to win this one to keep it in their own hands. And this is Whittaker, high towards Woolery in attack. Competing in the air here with McJanet. McJanet goes back to the yellow-clad Smith, just about enough on that ball. Smith downfield, clattering it into the Tranmere half. Watson forward for Tranmere. And here is Sweeney, flicking the ball centrally. Picked up here by Finley, away to his right. He's got support from Joseph. Joseph lays it into Watson outside the Town penalty area. Town have got bodies back. Watson on the ball, driving in a deflected ball towards the back post. This is Whittaker is played it over the top of the goal. So, the one apiece in terms of chances, and very good chances.
Yeah, so it gives a great opportunity for him there at the back post. It's Tranmere's first attack, isn't it? And it's sort of a cross-come shot across goal, and it's fell to Whittaker, free on the back post, who we're right behind that. That's a good chance for him, and he's sort of spooned it over the crossbar.
Curling ball down the right by Warren, on from Green. Cook goes after it. Goalkeeper clatters it up towards the halfway line for Tranmere. Underneath this one is McJanet, heading in the direction of Cook, won by Taman, the man on loan from Everton. Here's Watson, the ex-Salford midfielder, hoisting one up towards the halfway line. Breaks to McJanet. McJanet sends it high in towards the full-back area for Tranmere. Taman is there. Sweeney gallops down the left-hand touchline. Has the ball gone out? Now just kept in by Charles Vernon, but he's inadvertently given it to Joseph, who comes galloping away, but then
runs into a Mariners player who's fouled though as Walker got the ball, and it's a free kick for Tranmere Rovers. Harrogate 0, Barnet 1 is the first goal of the afternoon going in League 2 this afternoon. Harrogate can be relegated regardless of their result if other results go against them today. Harrogate in 23rd. Here's Whittaker with a nod on. McJannet has it covered. Tory to Warren. Warren dispossessed, and this is Whittaker! He's driven in a right-footed shot from the left of the D, and it dips over the crossbar, and he punches the air with frustration.
Yeah, it's a great effort, to be fair to him. It's, you know, Tara Warren trying to be a little bit too cute there, trying to turn the play out, and not trying to get a nutmeg and got it wrong. And, you know, it's felt how nice for Whittaker. He's tried to kill it in that corner, that top corner, but just a little bit too much on it from his point of view.
Warren, one of the 4 changes being made this afternoon by David Artell. The other players to come in, Walker, Vernon and Sweeney. Players to drop out, Staunton, Cabiot and O'Dore to the bench. Rogers is omitted from the matchday 18, we're told, has been rested today. It's his first game that he's missed this season in the league. He is here at Prenton Park today, as are 2,000 travelling Mariners supporters. Some of them in fancy dress. Warren forward towards Amala Saw, touched away by Negru, and it's a Mariners throw-in. I've spotted some fans dressed up as bananas today, so Town scored that bananas will be going bananas. Here on the right is Green, curling a ball into the Tranmere box towards Cook, left here for Vernon. He drives in the shot, bouncing off a Tranmere leg, and comes out to Jaden Joseph, who can roam up towards the halfway line. He's stopped, and he's laid it back to Taman. Taman with some white strapping on his right hand. Back to Marco Morosi, the goalkeeper, who's on loan from Port Vale. Piloted out towards the left towards Whittaker. Whittaker back to Bristow. Kaptori with a header to the halfway line. Forward from Watson. Kaptori tangling here with Woolery. Breaks back to the edge of the Mariners penalty area to McJannet, and McJannet goes long towards Vernon. Inside the Tranmere half. Taman gets back. Vernon has to come back up the touchline, lays it behind Walker, and straight back with Tranmere and Finley. Finley plays it down there right. McJannet there before Woolery. Both of them are appealing for the decision. It's gone the way of the Mariners though for a throw into Town in the left back area. 39 minutes gone. Tranmere Rovers 0, Grimsby Town 0. Hull City making it through to the playoffs with a 2-1 victory against Norwich City. In our early commentary today, we'll have reaction to that here on BBC Radio Humberside Sport at the interval here at Prenton Park. City playing Millwall in the playoffs. That's going to be a tasty one, isn't it? Ball's headed up towards halfway by Cook. Comes to Amala Saw. Heads to the left of Vernon. Vernon drags it infield. Straight to Watson. And Tranmere on the right-hand side with Joseph. Linking up here with Finley. Joseph now on the ball. Tight to the right-hand touchline. Trying to come infield. Town have got bodies back. And McJannet is pushed to the ground there by Jaden Joseph. And the referee says that's a Town free kick on the angle.
Yeah, I think right. He's done well. Janet, good defending. This has got, it's got quite an open feel about the game. I thought it'd be quite nervy and edgy, especially from Tranmere's perspective. But no, it's been a very open. First 10 minutes, both teams having a go. Yeah, decent game so far.
It's been a brilliant season for the Mariners. There's been plenty of highs, milestones reached as a consequence. Maybe come back to some of those in a short while. Town are attacking here. This is Cook heading on here towards Green. Covering challenge from Bristow. And Town have the throw-in the Tranmere half. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. We appreciate your company. Ball dropped to Vernon from the throw-in from Sweeney. Sweeney's closed down by white Tranmere shirt. It comes back to Tory. Wide to the left to Vernon. Stroke back towards Tory. That's a little bit loose. Ball bounces over the boot of Tory and comes here to Woolery in the middle third of the pitch, out towards the left of Bristow. Bristow has support from Whittaker. Good challenge there from Warren. He won the ball. Whittaker went down. The referee is going to give the throw into Tranmere. Whittaker looks like he's had his ankle tapped there.
What do you think?
That's a great tackle, to be fair, isn't it? It's a nice little. He started quite well with it. It looks quite dangerous, so Warren just let him know he's there. It's a great tackle, like no question of even a foul, no idea anything else.
We'll keep you fully up to date with what's happening elsewhere across League Two today. Town could finish as high as 4th or as low as 7th today, having of course already made the playoffs. Here is Cook. Cook off to Walker. Walker outside of the right boot to Burnham on the left. Burnham passes back inside his own half to Sweeney. Now Tory's on the ball in the centre circle. Lost one wide left towards Vernon, deep inside the Tranmere half, down by the corner flag. He tries to keep it in. He'll be disappointed that he didn't. Goal kick to Tranmere.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a sloppy start for his standards. Charles Vernon has given the ball away a couple of times, and like I say there, he's maybe should have kept that one in to have a 1v1 against the defender, but he looks like a big strong lad he's up against there, so it'll be an interesting afternoon for him.
Yep, Will Taman, 6'1". Charles Vernon making his first start since the Bromley game in March. Katzori hoiks one up towards the halfway line, bounces once before Taman. He heads down the Tranmere right, and it's out from Walker. 0-0 here, 12.5 minutes gone. Town, having won the last 3, bristling with confidence, arriving here at Prenton Park today. The victories against Swindon, Cambridge and Gillingham, scoring 10, conceding 2 in the process. Tranmere in awful form. Fragile confidence, lost 17 of the last 21 matches. They went down 3-0 at MK Dons last Saturday, following their first win in 13, the same night as Town beat Cambridge. Ball's thrown towards Woolery, it comes back to Taman. Taman nods on, Tory reaches it. Wide on the right, this is Joseph, who's been one of their star performers since he arrived at the club on loan from Leicester City. Climbing header at centre-half by Smith. Foul on Watson off the centre circle. It's a free kick for Tranmere Rovers. They've got the second worst home record in League Two. They lost the last 6 matches here at Prenton Park, 10 of the last 11. The last home win on Valentine's Day. Their only home win since Boxing Day. 4 wins, 5 draws, 13 defeats. At home, the wins here have been against Shrewsbury, Cheltenham, Fleetwood and Crawley, all bottom half. Tranmere trying to break inside the Town penalty area. The Mariners Burnham upfield.